Finding those levels too. Look at that 4-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meets him with a straight left hand.
Oh, and there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Just Due.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see him jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, his channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
The truth or tell on your ass what you doing or what you not doing every single time. You can lie, you can bullshit and all that, but when that bell ring, if you ain't put that work in, it's gonna show, bro. It's gonna show. Not to mention y'all in a sport that can cost you your life. Literally, you can die in this shit. So if that's the case, man, if you gonna do this, don't bullshit with it. If you don't really want it, say to yourself, keep it real with yourself. I really don't want this shit. I can't put the work in that it requires. Walk away. Ain't nobody mad at you. Go out there, you're young enough, you go get educated, get a skill, do something, man. But don't play with this, man. The people you can get killed in this shit, man.
Damn, my bad. I was on mute. I didn't even know. What's good, family? How y'all feeling? We back on this good Saturday, man, to build on this boxing. We got to give it its just due. We got to shoot down another false narrative that they pushing around the YouTube streets, man. I seen somebody do a whole live stream on this joint, man. It's crazy how boxing work, man. You know what I mean? All these narratives, instead of just pushing boxing, we pushing narratives, man, and BS, man. You know, we got some good fights lined up for January, man. And I ain't going for none of these these lies, man. What's good with the people, though, man? Kyle Cooley, my God, blessings, family. You already know. I'll be in the building. What's good? G, how you feeling? Tim Layton, what is good, man? Elijah in the building. Art, man, what it do, man? What's good with it, man? What's good with it? I tell you what. Told y'all, you heard what Pop said, man. Huh? You heard, you know what I mean? Art, man, you heard what Pop said, but we got to get to it because, like I said, I was kicking it with my guy, Blunt Sports the other night. And, you know, I had seen somebody do a whole live stream, you know, talking about how Shakur is a weight bully. And, you know, he's not fighting nowhere near his walk around weight. And, you know, he posted this picture on his story. And I told you, man, I'm using this as a teachable example, bro. This is what be wrong with boxing. You get what I'm saying? Common sense and logic go out the window when it's a fighter that you don't like or is popular to kind of hate or just push narratives, rhetoric, kind of tear them down. You know, that's been people's sole mission since they've been talking boxing. When they speak about this dude right here, it's always negative. It's always BS. It don't even got to make sense no more. They'll push it anyway. Are you telling me a guy, and it's either people are silly at this point, slow, gullible, I don't know what to call it, or just like pushing bullshit narratives or they don't get out. If you've ever seen this dude in person, you know damn well he ain't even that big. And 175 pounds is bogus. Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. That man ain't never sniffed 170 nothing pounds in his life, bro. I bet anybody any amount of money. If you think that's what somebody look like at 175 pounds, man, something wrong with you. Dude was going in too. Dante, what's good with it, family? Shout out to Elijah. What's good, gang? How you feeling, my guy? I see the dude do a whole live stream. Like, yeah, he was like, yeah, the day of reckoning is coming. You know, I'm gonna do a whole live stream. I'm gonna unpack this. You know, I'm not gonna miss. You know, yeah, you know, don't miss it. Tune in. You know, I'm gonna break it down about Shakur. I'm gonna show you how. You know, yeah, he's good. He's got skills, but you know, it's really the weight he's fighting. He's crunching down to a small weight class. You know, he's not fighting where he's supposed to be because the fights would be tough. Man, shut that weak shit up, man. What Broner say, man? What AB say? Shut that soft up, man. Shut it up. Y'all sound crazy, bro. That's wild. I'm glad he did this. He really trolled his haters in real time. And I'm telling you, I want y'all to all understand something in here. Everybody that went and made videos, live streams, posted about it. You get what I'm saying? Everybody that did that, they showed who the haters of Shakur is because they really just jumped out on a limb and believed it. They ain't even think about no logic, no nothing. They don't think in a world where all people do is troll. You don't even think for 1 second he was trolling. Nah, man, see? He talking about rehydration causes. I see my guy Art, man. He like, see? He talking about rehydration causes and he 175. Like, didn't I tell y'all, man? Did I tell y'all this man? You ain't never seen him out of shape. You ain't never seen that. You ain't never seen him out of shape. You ain't never seen him blown up like that, all big in between fights. You've never seen it. You've never seen it before. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lance. What's good with it, homie? You've never seen him out of shape, blown up, big as hell, big text. What it do? Never seen that from him. So I don't know what would make y'all think that would a fight, the biggest fight of his life, biggest fight of his career, most meaningful fight of his career, he going to allow himself to balloon up to 175 pounds? You really believe that? So you telling me you think in between fights, Shakur Stevenson is running around a light heavyweight? Man, yeah, I'm telling you, y'all pay attention, man. Pay close attention. I want y'all to pay close attention to this, man. They like, yeah, man, I knew I got him. I got something. They like, yeah, we don't want to talk about this Teo fight because the more we talk about this Teo fight, You know what I mean? We know we hating on him, but we ain't gonna bet our money against him. So we gonna just talk about how he a weight bully and see how big he is and how undisciplined he is. And remember, he did miss weight at 130 pounds, man. Remember, he lost his titles on the scale. Yeah, he been weight bullying all his career, man. I told you, man, he really a big dude. He really a big dude. He really supposed to be fighting up at 54. Yo, I don't like y'all. I don't like y'all. I'm using y'all for content from here on out. Dude says Shakur really supposed to be fighting at 154 pounds, bro. I'm like, yo, what? Yeah, I told you. This picture right here. This picture right here, it shows you. This is all the proof we need. I told you he been blowing up. Told you he's a big dude. Told you, man, he real big, man, in between camps, man. He be blowing up, man. He's supposed to be not 47, y'all. Not 47. He's supposed to be at junior middleweight. He's supposed to be at junior middleweight. He big homie core for real, Reef. You hear me? Big homie core, man. He said, why ninja scared of a little hydration clause? Cuz Cal, that 175 that he got up there and trolled people, it's fighters. People favorite fighter really run around that, and they in between fights. That's why they like, man, rehydration. Now I mean, they know they guy on fight night gonna be about 175. You know what I'm saying? They know this. You know what I'm saying? They know they favorite fighter was fighting at 140, but ballooning up to 165 pounds on fight night, 3 pounds shy of a super middleweight. They know that. So imagine them at a full-blown 47. You get what I'm saying? He definitely probably cracking 170s. You get me? That's why they tripping. You know what I'm saying? They like, man, you trying to deplete them. Man, they only getting brave because they 2 weight classes away, like Pop said, man. You did. Stop pushing these false narratives, man. It's nasty for the sport. I don't care what fighter it's against. It's nasty work, man. Just call this shit how it is, man. I know he kind of opened the door when he made the post, but y'all had to be smarter than that. Y'all was too quick on the trigger, bro. Y'all showed y'all true colors. Y'all showed how much y'all really don't like a fighter because you willing to push a narrative even with no proof. You like, man, but he said it. He said 175, man. He said, you really think that's how he'll look at 175 pounds, bro? At 5'7", he'll look like a little meatball or something. He'll be pudgy or something. 175 pounds, dude, bro. He'll look crazy. He'll have a wild build, man. He 175 pounds at 5'7", bro. And y'all act like he play football or something, bro. They just lost their damn minds. But dig this, y'all. Didn't I tell y'all he was trolling? Try to tell him. They ain't want to hear me though. They ain't want to hear me though. What my guy said, my guy had said 155. So shout out to Bodega Ty. He was close, Ty. 148. 148. The man ain't even 150 pounds. So you think he running around here 175? Now, you know why I'm laughing, y'all? Because look, dig this. All that dude spent he spent some significant time in his life. He thought he was cooking. Like he thought he had the sauce last night. He thought he had the secret sauce. Like he thought he was cooking. He thought he was chefing. He like, yeah, see this right here, y'all. This shows you that Shakur Stevenson really ain't like that. See, because he's running around at 175 pounds and he's fighting Teofimo at 140, but he's been running around at 175 pounds the whole time. He's been fighting that lightweight. Like, he's been cutting 40 pounds to fight that lightweight. You really think that? You really think that? That's so undisciplined, bro. That's so undisciplined. And I get it. He missed weight before. Yeah, he did. You know what I mean? He dealt with it. He moved on. And it ain't happened since. He ain't came close to missing weight since. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's water under the bridge. Good try, you know what I mean? Close, but no cigar. Y'all gotta go back to the drawing board, man. You know what I mean? The Shakur Stevenson haters. Yeah, man, y'all gotta take y'all asses back to the drawing board. Go find a new narrative. This one ain't last, bro. This one ain't last long. Y'all gonna have to find some new material, bro. Running around, man, at 148 pounds. So you telling me between now and the fight, he got to cut 8 pounds. 8 pounds, bro. 8 pounds, man. Like, come on, man. Dude on point. Muggs, what's good? Lance, what it do? Said that Fundora like that. Bro, man, if you really was 175 pounds, he would be looking like Frank Martin. Yeah, he'd be looking out of shape. He'd be looking out of shape. He'd be looking bloated. He'd be looking fat in the face, all that. Like, you get what I'm saying? And he would really run the risk of having a fat camp. If he's 175 pounds and you got to get down to 140, that's ridiculous, bro. That's 35 pounds. You get what I'm trying to say? Look how much weight that is. Man, bro. Damn, they see it. Bro, they saying he bigger than Boots in his between camps, bro. They ain't no logic whatsoever. I just want to take y'all into the mind of a hater. You know what I'm saying? Of a Shakur Stevenson hater. All logic goes out the window. They dead set on it. He posted it. So it gotta be true. You know, he also posted this too. People so stupid. He said, nah, I'm trolling, Brody. I'm 148. Hey, man. Hey, y'all. As soon as the haters seen this other post, they seen this follow-up post. Bro, think about this, y'all. I need y'all to understand something. People had whole live streams prepared. Like whole live streams prepared. After doing videos and live streams on it, they had whole separate live streams prepared to go in on this topic. And then they probably seen this post, lost their damn mind, bro. I'm telling you. As soon as one of the damn Shakur Stevenson haters seen this post today, they like, damn. So he was trolling. Damn, man. Yeah, you take that live stream down, fam. You done sat there and spent 3 hours lying to the people. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they seen this post.
I'm tired of this shit. Kill all these motherfuckers. I'm sick of fucking tired of this shit. I'm sick of this shit. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Fuck this shit. So many motherfuckers.
This is forever gonna be funny, man. Y'all wasted y'all time, man. Go ahead and delete your videos. Frequent, what's good, my guy? Go ahead and delete your little videos and your live streams and your talking points. You know what I'm saying? It's over. The jig is up, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find some new material, man. Go get y'all pen and y'all pad and go find something else to hate about. Go punch the air for about 20 more minutes. You know what I'm saying? He said, Jacory line, he don't look like he ever walk around. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. He ain't never sniffed 175 pounds. I know. And I don't think in his life, period. I don't think he ever weighed that much ever in his life. You know what I'm saying? Ever. That man sitting at under the 150 pounds. That's perfect, man. He got less than 10 pounds to cut for the biggest fight of his career, man. He about to be sharp. He about to be focused. And I hope he just lock in, man. Like, he having fun with y'all, man. He trolled y'all, and y'all mad right now. Y'all got to go do all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to go back to the drawing board, G. Back to the drawing board, G. He said, I heard Keyshawn fired his mama. Yeah, I heard somebody did say that. I'm going to talk on that briefly, too. I seen the post that he had put up. Speak on it briefly, too, man. But I had to come laugh at this, bro. I had to. A frequent. They like, man, see? Knew it. I got something, y'all. That's how they do. They unite like Voltron when they think they got something. They sit there, they be like, yeah, man, I got that damn Shakur. I knew he wasn't. I knew he wasn't that good. I knew he was weight bullying the whole time. I knew it. I knew he wasn't winning fights all pure skills. I just knew it. I knew it wasn't skills. Shut up, man. Now eat that, man. Go back and cry about something else. And y'all Hanos fans, man. Shout out to y'all, man. You know, I got love for the Hanos clan, man. You know, I done went to bat for Hanos plenty of times, right? But y'all better pump the brakes, man. He got Teo to worry about, man. You know, I know Teo didn't fight y'all, but Shakur and Teo is a damn good matchup for boxing, man. Joseph was good. Jordan was good with it, homie. You know what I'm saying? But y'all gonna have to regroup, man. I'm saying, the Shakur Stevenson Voltron, like, y'all gotta regroup, man. You know what I'm saying? The haters, y'all gotta go figure it out. Go sit in the corner or something. You know what I'm saying? Go figure that shit out. Go kumbaya. You know what I'm saying? go figure it out. Go find something else to do. It's all good, Jordan. I'm just here to talk a little bit for a little bit, man. I ain't gonna be here super long. I just wanted to laugh a little bit, but we're gonna talk some boxing though. But it just was funny to me though, how fast this went by the wayside, man. They thought they had one, man. At the end of the day, bro, and I wanted to speak to the super fans of all fighters, right? You know, the TANKAMANIACs, the Hanos clan, the SHAKURITES. I think that's what they call it. Right? I gotta holler at y'all for a second too, man. If you a super fan of a fighter, man, more than likely you probably toxic for the sport. You get what I'm saying? I don't care who you a super fan of. You get what I'm saying? If you don't know how to talk boxing without tearing down the contemporaries of your favorite fighter, you come off as an insecure boxing fan. And y'all go across platforms, reuniting, kumbaya, getting together as a collective to tear down a fighter. It makes you look weak as a boxing fan. Like you don't look confident, and you don't really come off as a person that enjoy what you watching, right? Like y'all super fanned out. Y'all interjecting fighters in conversations where they don't even fit, right? You could be talking about Shakur and Teo, breaking it down. And be like, man, you see, well, he never wanted to fight Tank because he's fighting Teo. Bro, what? That don't even make sense. That's how y'all think? Y'all be that mad? So you telling me Shakur Stevenson fighting Teofimo Lopez next tells you in your mind that he didn't want to fight Tank. So going out of his weight class, giving up some of his advantages, you know, fighting somewhere where he never fought at, fighting the most established champion there and one of the most accomplished guys in the sport. That's proven to you that he didn't want to challenge the guy in his own weight class if he could have got the fight. So what y'all do, y'all get on the internet, y'all make these hit pieces, and y'all try to make it seem like a fighter that had one of the most anticipated pro debuts in the history of boxing needs the clout off any other guy to sell tickets. Is the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. You get what I'm saying? Teo, I'm doing. Let's see these haters. Fight your fight. Yeah, hell yeah, style on Teo. She made DB3, man. Yeah, he love his mom. Sometimes that'd be business. I wouldn't even take that personal, Dante. That's like basically, man, mom, kick your feet up. You got us far enough. You know what I'm saying? We good. But Sonny, what it do? Yeah, that toxic fandom is crazy, man. It'll have you online talking wild, man. Like it'll have you saying all the wrong shit. It'll have you abandoning your logic. You get what I'm saying? All sense of reasoning. They just go run around and say anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? I talk that weight bully shit now. Get what I'm saying? Get me shout out to Cut. What's good, homie? So Shakur always say he little. Yeah. Nah, they don't. They just ignore it, bro. That man sat up on a Breakfast Club and told you he don't got to cut that much weight at 135 pounds. And the next day, he posts a picture that say 175 pounds, and they took it and ran with it. Yeah, I knew it. Knew he wasn't disciplined like that. See, he ain't really that good. I heard dude going in yesterday. He was like, man, he ain't really that good, man. See, it's really the weight helping him win fights. Hey, man, chat, let me ask y'all something. Y'all watch Shakur Stevenson fight. For the people that watch the fights, do he win his fights because of weight or skill? I'm trying to see something. Like, is he get in a boxing ring? Is he like so much, you know, extremely bigger than everybody he fight? You get what I'm saying? He wasn't super way bigger than Williams and Zepeda. Artem was bigger than he was. You get what I'm saying? When he fought Artem. De Los Santos ain't the smallest of guys. But ain't nobody knocking. And shout out to, I think, my guy Dante, because he brought it up. De Los Santos blew up to what, like 200 pounds? 200 pounds in the offseason and had to lose all that weight. Did anybody say anything to him? That man blew up to 200, fighting at 35. Get what I'm saying? CJ, what it do, homie? Skills, you get what I'm saying? But they'll tell you, nah, man. Nah, it's because he crunching down in weight, man. It's because he really supposed to be at 54, right? He really supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be fighting Erickson Lubin and them. He really supposed to be up there. fighting Charlo. Like, imagine Shakur fighting Charlo. That's what they telling you. That's how bad they trying to prove this point right now. That's how bad they trying to prove that he heavy. He should be at 54. Just think about who had 54. Imagine Shakur and Charlo. Shakur and Lubin. Like in an actual boxing ring at 54, though. See what I'm saying? That's how ridiculous these people are, man. You don't have a leg to stand on, man. You don't. You don't, man. He fighting Teo. Why y'all keep talking about all this other stuff? And y'all Devin Haney fans too. Y'all need to chill, man. Y'all gotta slow down, bro. Y'all just got out the ring with Brian Norman. Chill, man. Chill, man. Y'all know his levels. If y'all don't believe me, just go ask Bill. You know what I'm saying? Just go ask Bill. Just go ask Bill. And hey, man, y'all maniacs, the tanking maniacs, man. Let me holler at y'all too, bro. I want to holler at y'all too. I want to holler at y'all too, though. These super duper duper fans, man. I want to holler at y'all. What's up with y'all, man? Y'all all right? The maniacs, y'all all right? Y'all good out there? The lovely Jessica. Peace, Queen. How you feeling? Y'all good out there or what, man? Y'all all right? Huh? Because y'all panicking, man. Y'all down bad, man. Hey, man. Hey. I gotta holler at y'all, man. Just the super duper fans. I need to talk to y'all for a second. I need to know something, man. Somebody gotta give me some answers, bro. I'm asking for myself. I'm asking for my friend. I'm asking for my neighbors. Everybody, bro. What's y'all good out there? First of all, is y'all good? Is y'all good out there? Cause I ain't heard nothing positive, and I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Everywhere I go, hey man, I haven't heard a Tank fan say anything positive about Shakur Stevenson for about, since I don't remember the last time I can remember. What more do y'all want from the young man, right? Y'all wanted to see him fight Tank. Y'all claim that's what y'all wanted. Y'all claim that's what y'all wanted. But every time the conversation came up, all the dialogue was about how Shakur is scared, how he clout chasing, how he really don't want it, how he need to call Al, how he need to sign to the PBC, how he can't fight him because he on Top Rank, how he went to Eddie Hearn to run from the fight. Bro, I'm dead serious. I'm talking to all of you super duper Tank fans. The supporters I'm cool with. Shout out to y'all. Double salute to the supporters. But nah, bro, I need to talk to y'all. What's really wrong with y'all, man? What more do y'all want? How is somebody, and I need some answers, bro. Somebody tell me something. Mag Life, what's good with it? Somebody tell me something. How is it that you say you want to see a certain fight between your favorite guy and his contemporary, right? But every time the conversation come up, all the talking points is about how Shakur is just clout chasing and being scared, and he just talking and he really don't want to fight. Those are not talking points, bro, that make it sound like that's a fight you want. Y'all push narratives. Y'all said he turned down contracts, offers. He had opportunities to sign. That's nasty work. None of that stuff is true. And I hate recooking this topic because it's old, but y'all act like y'all don't get it or something. Y'all told me all along he do what he want. He move at the, he moved to the beat of his own drum. Right? If he want to fight, his handlers have told us for years, if he want to fight, then he get a fight. You don't send him shit. He the A side, he the face. If he pick you, then he pick you. You just sit and wait your turn. This is the stuff that they said, bro. I don't care about what the fans talking about. They don't know no better. I'm talking about the people that work directly with Gervonta, Tank Davis. What have they said for years? And anybody in here tell me if I'm saying anything wrong. Have they always said that? He got the best team in boxing. Is he the face of boxing? Absolutely. All this stuff, right? You don't send him anything. If we choose you, we choose you, right? How do we then get to rewrite those rules when a certain fight don't get made? Now, when he don't fight Shakur, was because of Top Rank once upon a time. We knew that wasn't true. You get what I'm saying? Then they ran with this shit online that he got sent the offer in a contract. We knew that wasn't true. Right? Then they said, he ran to Eddie Hearn to get away from him. We knew that wasn't true. Oh, now he working with Turkey because he know Tank don't like Turkey. That's not true. Like, at what point, bro, do people just call boxing for what it is and stop spinning the narrative? I'm just trying to highlight something for y'all. Talking like that creates an environment that makes it sound like you do not want to fight. There's no way in the hell you want to fight when everything that's coming out your mouth is the guy on the other end is somehow scared of him. I want y'all to really hear me out, bro. Hear me out. I need y'all to hear me, bro. Listen to me good. What logical sense does it make for a competitive fighter? And I'm not even talking about skills right now. I'm just talking about the competitive nature of Shakur Stevenson. This young man, has been groomed and brought up, not just traveling the US of A, but traveling the world, fighting the best fighters in the world, where you can't pick who you fight. You just got to show up. You got to be on point. You got to be on weight, right? And you just got to show up and fight the best guy on the night. That's how he brought up. That's how he's been brought up. What logical sense would it make for him to turn professional, build himself up to this point where he can make this big fight, and then he don't want it? I'm just talking logic here. What would you have based on the way he's conducted himself ever since he was an amateur all the way up into a pro? If you know, you know. I'm not talking no narrative driven shit. I'm talking about real shit. Do you know that it's no contract, to my knowledge? And if y'all got different information, please share it. No contract that's been on his table, on his desk, where they say, hey, Shakur, you want to fight this guy? And he turned it down. That hasn't happened. The only thing that's happened is people created these narratives. But I just need to know from the Super Tank fans, how does that mean how do y'all want to fight that you put up so much resistance to when it's time to talk about it? We don't want to talk about how they can sit down and get the fight made. None of that. We want to talk narratives and stupid shit. Get what I'm saying? These fans are crazy, bro. I thought y'all wanted to see fights, but y'all created an environment that makes it sound like y'all don't want to see these fights. Everybody's scared of your favorite fighter. Nobody wants to fight your favorite fighter. The only guys that want to get in the ring with your favorite fighter is all of these lesser guys. Oh, then what's good with it, homie? You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not adding up. If everybody is scared to fight your favorite fighter, who is he going to fight? If we know for a fact, right? If we know for a fact, the only person that is turned down an opportunity to fight Gervonta Davis is Vasyl Lomachenko, then what are we talking about? All that other stuff is hearsay. It's false narrative driven. It's no substance to those conversations and talking points, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like, people do not know how to talk boxing without trying to tear down a potential contemporary of their favorite fighter, bro. You get what I'm saying? Now, people said for years, Shakur never wanted this fight. He just clout chased off him, right? This is what he said. This is what they say. But you fast forward to today. Right? What did Shakur say after him and Tank had that last back and forth? What did he say? What did he say when they had that last back and forth? Tank said, what? Get it out the mud. I'm turning my back. Basically, I ain't fighting you. He told the world that. He told Shakur and the world that, right? And the fans defended it. They defended it. But Shakur immediately said, all right, cool. He said he ain't fighting me. Don't ask me nothing else about him, right? And then what do they continue to do in interviews when you see Shakur? They ask him about who? Tank. And what do Shakur say? I don't want to answer no questions about that dude. So if it really was about clout chasing, then he would really ramp it up. He would continue to talk shit about Tank, even though he feels like he ain't getting that fight. But instead of y'all respecting it for what it is, okay, your favorite fighter is the one that said, nah, this fight is not happening. Not the other guy. Not the other guy. It's not the other guy that said it, right? I'm just going by what's out there. Ever since we've ever heard of them two fighting each other, Shakur Stevenson has never said once that I don't want the fight. The fight ain't happening. Shout out to my guy Conquest. What's good with it, bro? Ramon, what's good? He has never said that. In fact, the only time he has alluded to that is after Tank let him know, look, get it out the mud. I'm turning my back. I ain't fighting you. End the story. All right, Core moved on, right? Shout out to Teach. You get what I'm saying? He moved on. He said, yo, just don't ask me nothing else about him. Like, he doing what he doing. I'm focused on what I'm focused on. You get what I'm saying? And furthermore, instead of crying over spilled milk, Shakur Stevenson did what? I think he went and found the best opportunity out there for him possible. And this is where I know that people are fake. This is why I know people are fake. Facts teach. Facts. Something that they didn't want him and Tank to do. They didn't want them to get on the phone. They said that was stupid. They said Shakur needed to call Al Heyman directly. And no fighter has ever done that. In the history of Tank Davis fights, nobody has ever done that. But that's what they said. Nah, sitting down, talking, that's stupid. Why do that? Remember, Shakur suggested that. They said it was stupid. Of course he'd say that. That's stupid. Why do that? He do what we say do. He take what we give him. Right? He do what we say do. They had that kind of energy. Didn't want to sit down with him, but it goes to show you he sat down. Him and Teo got on the phone, and then they got a fight. Get out of here, man. They ain't want that shit. They ain't want it. So look, dig this, man. He stopped talking about this guy, right? He left it alone. Look, don't ask me about him. He said that most recently in one of his most recent interviews. Look, don't ask me about this dude. Leave it alone. I'm not fighting him. There's nothing to ask me about. He said he ain't fighting me. There's nothing I can do. There ain't no clout chasing. If he really wanted to clout chase, then he'd keep using his name in interviews. He's not doing that. But what he did do, and y'all tell me if I'm tripping. Y'all tell me if I'm bugging, y'all. The biggest fight for Shakur Stevenson was obviously with Gervonta Davis, right? That was the biggest fight for him, right? That's what he said. That was the Super Bowl type fight for him, right? The minute that didn't happen, he moved on, right? Tell me, outside of Tank Davis, you take Tank Davis off the table, what's a bigger opportunity than the one that he got right now? Hey, y'all, this, and I'm going somewhere with this. I'm just highlighting the mentality of a Shakur that the typical hater just refuses to acknowledge. If this was a guy that wasn't chasing greatness, if this was a dude that wasn't trying to prove himself, why in the hell is he fighting Teofimo? Why? He literally, after the Tank fight, it ain't just happened 1, 2, 3, but after that opportunity, the next biggest opportunity, I think, for him is the one that he got. So if you a guy that's out there just trying to clout chase, fight mediocre opposition, not fight guys that's on top of their game, then why the hell would he be fighting Teo? He legit went and found the next best opportunity that is deemed a challenge and is dangerous. He moving up a division to challenge the number one guy there. I don't care how you feel. Go argue with your girl, go punch the air. I don't care what you do. He went and found the most established 140-pounder, most accomplished 140-pounder out of all the champions. More accomplished than Hitchens, Matias, Puello. That's who he fighting. The guy that beat the great Vasil Lomachenko, right? The same one that the Devin the Dream Haney beat, the great Vasil Lomachenko, right? That's the guy he chasing, that beat Vasil, that beat Josh Taylor, right? That ain't lose a fight since he got the 140. That's the guy that's the reigning WBO champion, Ring Magazine champion at 140. That's the guy that he pressed up on. And how do I know this? Because Teofimo said it himself. He wasn't in Shakur way. Shakur came messing with him. That's what he pretty much said, verbatim, right? Or should I say paraphrasing, right? Basically said, man, you came messing with me. I wasn't in your way, right? He pressed up on him, reached out to him. Hey, man, what's up? Let's fight. That's what a real one do. But a hater, a fake ass boxing fan will get on this internet and talk for 3 hours about shit that they can't validate and prove with nothing that he's done in boxing. You can look at the way he moved right after he realized he couldn't get the biggest opportunity for him. He went on to the next best thing. He didn't say, let me get a tune-up fight. Let me just get a stay busy fight. Hey, man, let me just get another Prudential Center North at home fight. Nah, man. He went for Teo. Hey, man, I need to know. Hey, man, you super fans. I need to know, is y'all all right? Do y'all hear me out there? Do I need to speak a little bit louder, bro? Because I know my voice travel. Is y'all good out there? How come y'all so simple-minded to acknowledge where you can't acknowledge the fact that this man really went and put himself in position for one of the biggest opportunities. The biggest opportunity. Think about something. Tank is the biggest fight for him, right? Cool. I can't get that. Now Teofimo is the best fighter he's fought, and in another weight class, and a legit reigning champion in the division. And you still complaining. Y'all still up here talking about clout chasing and shit. That's somebody that's trying to be great. And you know what? I know why y'all don't want to talk about Teofimo and Shakur fighting. I know why. Because look, it's a 50-50 fight. The kind of fights that you say he don't be in. It's a fight that he could lose. The kind of fights that you say he don't be in. Everybody he fight is somebody he sparred. Everybody he fought is the top ranked diet. So is Teo part of the top ranked diet too? And notice something, right? Notice something. They always complain about him. He trying to be like Bud. He trying to be like Bud. In many ways, he might be. He might have learned the game. Because guess what? Guess where he not at? He not at top rank. And he currently participating in the biggest fight of his career. Sounds very similar to Bud, right? Bud had to leave top rank to get the biggest fights of his career. Ain't that what Shakur Stevenson doing? Ain't that what he doing? Left top rank, turned down that $3 million per fight that they had, that deal to go get the biggest fight that he possibly could get. And because y'all hate them young man so much, you can't talk boxing. You don't want to talk about him fighting Teo because you know that's going to create separation from him and his contemporaries. Bro, he beat Teo. He'd be a 4-division champion, former unified silver gold medalist, right? Ring Magazine, lineal champion. The accolades just keep piling up. That shit makes you very uncomfortable because I told all of you hating ass dudes that's not really fans of the sport that those narratives that y'all push against this man is not going to stand the test of time. But you know what is? His skill set, he is. When the smoke clear, he going to be there. I told y'all, when given the opportunity, he going to step to the plate. Guess what Teofimo did? No long drawn out negotiations, no long drawn out back and forth. Teo didn't try to go back and forth for months and years on social media trying to one up him. Teo didn't try to tell him to call Al and none of that weird shit. He got on the phone with that man and they put a fight together. They put a fight together. Furthermore, Shakur kept it real because this another little gem and it went over y'all head. Hey, man, remember, Turkey wasn't rocking with Teo. Huh? Hey, man, furthermore, and this is all the mentality of Shakur Steve. Remember, Turkey wasn't rocking. He wasn't rocking with Teo like that. Remember, they was on the outs. They said it. Remember, they wasn't good with Turkey. Even Shakur said it. They weren't really rocking with him like that, but I kind of, So tell me again who was pushing for this fight? This man single-handedly pushed for the most dangerous fight that he could take, man. Teofimo. I ain't trying to hear nothing else. With the accomplishment attached to it, that's the best fight out there for him. I don't care what nobody say. That's a great fight. Another division, a real champion. A real 50-50 fight that if he ain't on his A game, he could lose. That's why y'all don't want to talk about that shit. That's why y'all up here talking about how he clout chased so-and-so and how he didn't want this fight or that fight. Well, guess what fight he did want? This one. And that's why y'all don't want to talk about it. Make you uncomfortable because the thought of him passing your favorite fighter up is making you sick to your stomach, bro. Sick to your stomach. I seen this going around a little bit too. Y'all hit the like button, man. Sub to the channel. Shout out to the fan, man. You already know. Shout out to my guy Desire. What's good with it, man? Yeah, I seen that Ray Davis in the building. What's good, man? I just want to talk to them, man. I just want to talk to them for a minute. You know what I'm saying? This was a Tank fan right here once upon a time. You know what I'm saying? Talking like this. You know what I mean? Devin, Shakur, Teofimo, Ryan, and Roach all done passed you up in the boxing game. They don't need you no more. I just want y'all to know how these super fans be talking, man. Shout out to the homie Mike Ron, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to the homie. Conquest was good, homie. They going for the toughest fights, man. And, I'm gonna get to this. I'm gonna keep cooking. I'm just trying to make sure I make my point clearly. I want to make my point clearly. I know why y'all ducking real boxing conversations for rhetoric and slander. I know why. I know what's going on. You get what I'm saying? I know what's going on. It's uncomfortable, man. Y'all been at this shit for years at this point. How long Shakur been at 35? Y'all been at it since he got there. Y'all ass has been uncomfortable with Shakur Stevenson ever since he got the 135. And I'm dead serious. I ain't heard a super fan say nothing good about this fight yet. As a matter of fact, every time I listen to somebody and they talking about Shakur, it's what he ain't do and what he not and how he ain't good. And they refuse to talk about Teofimo and Shakur fight. Because in their heart of hearts, they know if they had to put their money on it, they're going to bet on the same dude that they've been hating on for years. That's why all y'all do is use rhetoric and slander to duck real boxing conversation. That man literally went from the single best fight that he can make for himself to the next best thing in Teofimo. Get the hell out of here. And it's at 140. I know why y'all don't want to talk about that shit. I know why. Shit make you uncomfortable, man. It's crazy. Oh my God, Prize ain't got no one. Shout out to Prize Fighter TV. What's good, homie? Tay, what's good with it? Make the tank happen. Look, and for me, Tay, and I'm with you. I would love that. I would love it. But until I hear Tank say, until I see Tank get back in the mix, I ain't clamoring for the fight. I'm on that Shakur type of time. The minute he said that, Shakur said, all right, y'all seen what he said? He said he not fighting me. Don't ask me nothing else about him. He made it clear, and he's been very consistent. Don't ask me nothing about him. I'm not answering no questions about him. I'm not slandering him. He doing what he doing. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm focused on what I'm focused on. That's what he doing. And y'all still finding ways to tear him down. The man is doing what he should be doing. A fighter as good as Shakur Stevenson need to be in the ring with a guy like Teofimo. Those are the caliber of fighters he should be fighting. He should be. I don't see how that's a bad thing. Why are y'all stuck on the Tank fight? It's y'all favorite fighter. I'm talking directly to them super fans. It's y'all favorite fighter that said get it out the mud and he turning his back. Do I got to go pull up the old tweet? I don't give a damn about nothing that transpired before that. One guy said, I'm good on you. Go do what you doing. I ain't thinking about you. I'm doing what I'm doing. You go find something else to do. That's what he said. Y'all got all this heat. Y'all got all this smoke. Y'all got all this energy for Shakur, but nothing for your favorite fighter saying he ain't fighting. Y'all ain't said a peep about them damn tweets. Y'all still online tearing this man down about a fight that ain't happening. And truth be told, because the guy that can really make it happen is not interested. Is he ducking? Is he scared? I don't push that weak shit on my channel, but he don't seem like he interested at all. I don't give a damn how you feel. Cry, unsubscribe. I don't care. I do not care no more. That dude saying shit like that in front of everybody, in front of the fans, all that. Y'all argue with me about how he was knocking him out. He was part of the list. He was going to close his gap, knock his other tooth out, all types of shit. Then he gets online in front of all of y'all and in front of the world and tell y'all I'm not interested in that fight in so many words. And y'all still up there mad at Shakur because the fight not happening? Make it make sense. Make it make sense, bro. Shakur never said he didn't want to fight. He always said, yo, I'm ready. I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm the B-side, man. I can't send him nothing. I could just, hey, you get what I'm saying? I'm ready to fight when he is. Tell him I'm ready. I've been ready. I've been wanting this all my life. That's all he been saying. Y'all the ones that made it personal. You know why y'all made it personal? You know why y'all focused on more on the personal shit when it come to them? Because breaking down the X's and the O's of that fight make you uncomfortable. Y'all gonna get y'all getting this work today. Y'all gonna get this work today. Y'all don't like talking about the X's and O's of how Shakur and Tank look. Y'all rather talk about promotional barriers and how he ran to this one to get out of the fight and how he caught chasing off his name and all this other weird ass shit. Y'all don't want to talk about how it'll look, because the truth be told, the uncomfortable truth for you super fans that live in fantasy land, that man is a threat to Tank Davis in a different way that Tank Davis is also a threat to him. I'm a real one. They are an immediate threat to each other. One of those guys beating each other would immediately raise their stock. Tank Davis go out there and knock Shakur out, how his super duper fans told me he would for years. His stock immediately goes up even more. Don't tell me it don't. Don't tell me it don't. Don't tell me his star power can't grow even more by starting to knock off the people that they want to see him fight. But y'all the whole time telling me y'all want to see the fight, but all your dialogue is telling me I don't really want to see the fight. When it's time to talk about it, you don't want to talk about it. Let me tell y'all, Shakur really scared of him, man. Yeah, man. He really don't want to fight him. He just want to clout chase off him. Yeah, man. Yeah, he'll if he really wanted to fight him, he'd sign over to the PBC. He'd call Al. He'd do this. He'd do that. Nah, man. He'd do exactly what he doing, bro. Why he ain't have to sign nowhere special? Why he ain't have to call nobody special for Teofimo? Fava G's, what it do? Why he ain't have to call no? Why he ain't have to go through all them hoops and barriers with Teofimo? Why? Why did it take a phone call? No drawn out negotiations, no crazy concessions, no nothing. No nothing. And I heard it ain't even a rematch clause in the fight. Come on, man. What we talking about? They don't want to talk. They don't want to talk no boxing, man. They want to talk all my children, General Hospital. You get what I'm saying? So they conduct the boxing conversation. It makes y'all uncomfortable to admit. It makes you uncomfortable to admit that if your favorite fighter is not on his A game, he could be beat by Shakur Stevenson. That shit makes you uncomfortable. I'm here to tell you it's possible. I'm here to tell you and everybody that get mad, you can cry in the car if you want to. Punch the air, do whatever it make you feel good. All right? Shakur Stevenson getting in the ring on his A game with anybody that he fights. Gervonta Tank Davis included. If Gervonta Davis ain't on his A game, he could very well lose. If Shakur Stevenson get in the ring with Tank Davis and he ain't on his A game, he could very well lose. And I'm so real, I'll go a step further. Tank is good enough, in my opinion, to the point where even if you get in the ring with him on your A game, you could still lose. That's a guy that you can't play no games with. See, it's easy to admit shit like that when you're a fan of the sport. You get what I'm saying? Before you are the fan of the boxer. I have no slander for Tank Davis. I only use his energy, his words to highlight how I feel about if he wanted that fight or not. When I hear his handlers tell me everything goes through him, when I hear his handlers tell me you don't send him anything, you just be ready. If he call you, you just sit by the phone. He ain't taking pay cuts. He run the show. It's his show. Come on, man. It's very simple to me how a fight get made. It got to be priority. They never prioritized fighting each other. Period. That's what people don't want to talk about, man. That's what it is. That's all it is. At the end of the day, you got a lot of ego involved. You got politics involved. You get what I'm saying? You had some personal shit involved. It's a lot going into that fight, man. The fact of the matter is, I said this a long time ago. You fans need to stop being manipulated by BS, bro. The fact that those two are two of the best fighters in the world, and the only conversation that they've ever had or that ever taken place of any kind of substance was a preliminary conversation about a fight between the two. They robbed us, the fans, but y'all trying to blame one fighter or the other. Nah, bro, it can't be Shakur's fault why the A-side guy that's been able to make every other fight in his career has not been able to make this fight. Y'all know what time it is. And you know what? I used to think it was Bud and EJ all over again, but it's not. It's even different than that because they actually wanted to fight each other. They actually wanted to fight each other. They cared. That became a priority to them, right? And that's what I'm saying. I ain't knocking Tank. I ain't knocking Core. They actually prioritized fighting one another. Errol Spence prioritized fighting Terrence Crawford so much so that he was willing to be on like let Terrence Crawford go get a fight and come back to the negotiation table, right? They prioritized fighting each other. They was willing to get on the phone. Could you say that about Tank Davis? I've never heard them be willing to say they'd sit down and have no conversation with him. When they speak about that fight, it's well, you do what we say do. We the triple dipple A side. We do what we want. You do what we say. That's how they treat it. Knowing business don't work that way, but that's how they talk. So don't sit here and tell me the B-side guy is supposed to move mountains so the A-side guy can make a fight. That shit don't make no sense. People said Errol Spence was the A-side, right? And he made sure that fight happened, right? Concessions and all, right? So why do the rules apply differently when it gets to Shakur and Tank? All of a sudden, it's like, nah, Shakur got to find a way. He got to call Al Heyman, man. Yeah, he got to call Al Heyman personal line, man. He got to get on the phone with Al, hit Al up, be like, yeah, man, I want this Tank Davis fight, man. Yeah, you got, and while he at it, You got to let Al know that you're going to sign over to the PBC. Yeah, that'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Says nobody ever, man. Come on, man. They don't want these people are not fans of the sport. They fans of their favorite fighter, bro. Straight like that. You know what I mean? He said, F y'all spit off in the porn. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tank, man. I've always been a supporter of his. I'm going to continue to be a supporter of his. I hope everything in his situation work out in his favor and, you know, it come to the best conclusion possible. But those super duper fans, and again, I'm talking about the Shakurites too, right? Ain't that what they call them? Shakurites, Hanos Clan, Tankamaniacs, all that shit. If you're a super fan of a fighter, you're not good for the sport at all. Get what I'm saying? When you get up here, you got a responsibility to have some integrity when you talk this shit, man. Not just push bullshit narratives that sound good. Get what I'm saying? And I'll say this, man. When it came to Shakur and Tank fighting, there's one guy out of the two that said he turning his back. And the other guy said, all right, I'm going to go do meeting. There's nothing else I could do. So really, y'all need to take a second guess or a second look at who you really mad at in this situation. He went on to do what was best for him. Right? And working with Turkey and Eddie Hearn is best for his career. And that's what I want to see him do. Because I tell you what, not too long ago, y'all were calling this man an undercard fighter. Y'all was saying he an undercard fighter, he a co-main fighter. Now he about to fight in the Garden, main event. And is it on pay-per-view? Pay-per-view? See how them narratives looking now? Now all y'all haters of the sport looking crazy in the face. Y'all said Shakur Stevenson wouldn't be able to make no money without your favorite fighter. That's what y'all said. That's y'all get on y'all platforms and y'all say, yeah, without him, you can't make no money. Y'all get in comment sections, without Tank, he can't make money. Now he currently in the biggest fight of his career, money-wise and all that. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how tables turn, man. Teofimo and Shakur need to be saluted. I ain't gonna say pat them on the back for doing what they supposed to be doing, chasing greatness, right? But I at least commend both of them, both teams, both fighters. You get what I'm saying? All parties involved, because this is exactly the kind of fight that people be scared to risk it against. Shakur is willing to put everything that he's gained up until this point, undefeated record, accolades, reputation, right? He ready to put all that shit on the line and fight a guy that's proven to be one of the absolute best fighters in the world, despite having one loss, right? Has some questionable performances and all that, but it's part of the sport. He's still fighting one of the best guys, the most accomplished and established fighters. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like when people stay stuck on stupid, and staying stuck on stupid is still talking about Tank and Shakur fighting. That conversation is by far one of the most dead conversations in boxing, because one guy is out of commission. You don't even know when he's coming back. Just let that man work through a situation. Then when he get back, talk all the shit you want. But until then, that conversation dead. But the conversation that's not dead is that you got some of the Tank haters now saying Shakur, Teofimo, Ryan, Roach, they all passed them up in the boxing game. They don't need them no more. And this went from a Tank lover to a Tank hater. Now, I don't even look at it this way. I wouldn't say that they all passed them up, right? Because they still got a ways to go, man. Tank had a real impact on the game, whether you liked it or not, whether you felt like you liked who he fight or not. So it ain't gonna just be easy to pass him up. But the right way to move in your career is to do what's best for you. Make the best next move for you possible. And I'm telling you now, that's what I believe Shakur done, especially if, you know, in January he finds a way to come out with a win. If he can beat Teofimo Lopez, then this would be proven to be one of the best moves that he could have made in his career. And again, it's just a shame that more people are not talking about it in terms of like X's and O's and breakdowns of the fight. They rather talk about this. Oh, man, he said he needed rehydration calls for Devin. He ain't at 147 pounds, bro. Let's talk about this fight. You know what I'm saying? He got to get through Teo. You know what I'm saying? You lose to Teo, you already know you know what they going to say. You think they still want to fight Shakur if he lose to Teo? So if you Shakur, you locked in, you focused on Teo, man. Yeah, that's all that should matter. Shout out to my dog, Urban Mac. Tank fans is different. They mad Shakur even want to fight Tank. Yeah, man. I always separate his supporters from the super duper fans, man. And I get it. People don't like the Tankamaniac label, but some of y'all really that. Y'all, if you can't talk talk boxing without tearing somebody down, you a super fan of a fighter, more than likely. Sir, seeing what it do, homie. OP, my dog, was good with it. How y'all feeling? Shout out to the fan. Hit the like button, y'all. We just gonna keep building, man. We just gonna keep building. It's gonna keep building, man. Just gonna keep building. But like I said, man, this dude did a 180, man. Nah, I see you, Irvin Mack. You ain't blocked. Hell no. You ain't blocked. I see you, my guy. And McQueen, what it do? What it do? But yeah, man. This shit is out of hand right here, man. The super duper fans, I ain't done yet, man. I got some more for y'all. I gotta holler at y'all, man. I gotta holler at y'all. And this is how you know when people are super duper fans, man, because look at Lamont Roach's story, right? Lamont Roach is a prime example of how people really don't like boxing, right? And how they really don't root for these fighters outside of their favorite fighter, right? Case in point, Lamont Roach was sort of like an unsung hero, right? These people, when he got picked as a Tank Davis opponent and the fight got lined up, right? The fans at Tank, they justified the Lamont Roach fight, not really realizing it didn't need no justifying because Lamont Roach is a world-class guy, right? But they went from bigging Lamont Roach up as a legit challenger, right? Dig this. They went from bigging him up as a legit challenger because it was convenient to do it because their favorite fighter was getting in there with him, right? So they built Lamont Roach up, said how the fight will be good. They know each other. Lamont Roach is not an easy fight. X, Y, and Z. Cool. They fought each other as kids and all of this different stuff, right? So Lamont Roach finds himself 15 to a 20-1 underdog in some odds, right? He gets in the ring and proves so many different people wrong. And instead of people celebrating Lamont Roach as another player potentially in the game of boxing, in the sport of boxing at 35 or whatever, just in the sport, they tore him down. They shitted on him for doing interviews, right? He fought the biggest fight of his career that a lot of people thought he won. And they felt like Lamont Roach was supposed to just disappear and not do interviews. Then they turned on him. He went from being a worthy challenger, a real opponent, a good fight. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing wrong with him fighting Lamont. Lamont's a world champion. He went from being a world champion in another weight class to him being a bad guy. He the sucker. He celebrated the draw. He was on a draw tour and all this different stuff. They still to this day, they tearing him down. Then he gets another draw and they celebrate knowing that it's a really good case that he won this fight if you really went back and watched it. They know it. But because there's more fans of a single fighter than the sport, they tear Lamont Roach down and everything he doing, right? I'm hearing people say they hope he don't get a rematch. They hope he don't get other opportunities. They hope he get knocked out. All because he did interviews after having the biggest fight of his life. Nasty work. Nasty work how y'all did Lamont. Nasty, nasty work. Devin Haney. How they did Devin Haney. They clowned him for getting cheated by Ryan. Turned their back on him for getting cheated by Ryan. Right? Said he was broken, damaged. Wasn't going to look the same. He fight Ramirez. What do? They overly critical of the performance. He's never going to be the same. He fighting shell shots. He finished. Right? Just like I picked Brian Norman. They picked Brian Norman. He ain't the same guy. This and that going to happen. They was wrong again, but instead of giving them credit for going out there proving them wrong, they continue to tear Devin Haney down, right? And they do it. They doing it with Shakur. They doing it with Shakur and Lamont right now. And what do all of these guys got in common? They all was potential contemporaries of one fighter, Gervonta Davis. So y'all have literally created an environment where my fighter is on the pedestal. The rest of these fighters ain't good. Everything they do outside of Tank Davis is not good. It's a bad thing. It's not the right fight. It's not the right move. Shakur is cherry picking. Lamont Roach, only good. He's not that good. You get what I'm saying? Y'all start calling him a gatekeeper after your favorite fighter said it. It's just like, at what point do you appreciate boxing when somebody show you what you didn't think they couldn't do. You didn't think Lamont Roach was going to make it to 12 rounds. You didn't think he could stand up and fight back that good, and he did it. How then is he some type of sucker today? This is the same sucker that went blow for blow with your favorite fighter, that stood up to the bully, so to speak, right? One of the hardest punchers, you know what I mean, most dangerous guys in the game. That should have earned, you know, Lamont some more fans. But nah, he's a sucker. He ain't this, he ain't that. You don't wish no good on him. You don't wish no good on Haney. You get what I'm saying? You don't wish no good on Shakur. You don't wish no good on Teo. You don't wish no good on Ryan. Shit just goes on and on and on and on and on. And it's like it get to a point like I gotta ask y'all, how much do you even appreciate boxing, bro? You get what I'm saying? Zoom verse, my bro, what's good with it? You feel me? That's what y'all do. Y'all created a toxic environment where every potential matchup with your favorite guy has been deemed lesser than. He's not good enough. This guy's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. This guy can't fight. It's like, bro, who he's supposed to fight if everybody he's supposed to fight is somebody that you deem trash or just not good enough for him? Like, this shit, you got to make this shit make sense, bro. And that go for the super, and I want to be clear, super fans of any fighter, bro. That go for all of y'all. Go for all of y'all. If you can't find a way, if your favorite fighter is Shakur Stevenson, I don't care who you are, and you can't get up here and talk truth without shitting on a Tank Davis or Devin Haney or anybody that is a contemporary, something wrong with you. You need to reevaluate your fandom. Seriously. If you really a fan of this guy, you should want to see him fight any and everybody. And that's it. That's all. You shouldn't stoop to tearing down fighters to try to prop him up on a pedestal. Let the work that he put in the ring do that. You get what I'm saying? Let the work speak for itself. At the January 31st, man, he might have a lot of shit he can talk. Teo might have a lot of shit he could talk, right? If Devin Haney's your favorite fighter, you can't talk Devin Haney without attaching Tank Davis or Shakur Stevenson to him. Like, and I ain't trying to be funny. I get it. They gonna ask Shakur about Devin. But at the end of the day, bro, he just beat Brian Norman. He had 147 pounds. Shakur ain't even get there yet. Y'all forcing that conversation, man. Y'all forcing it. He got work to do at 47. He better chase down Undisputed while he there and stop playing. Because the last thing you want is the wrong person to move up and be the next guy to challenge. You get what I'm saying? So build your guy up without tearing the next guy down. And that's the same thing for the super duper Tank fans. You can't talk about Tank without trying to make Shakur Stevenson look less than. You get what I'm saying? Everything he do is not good enough, right? Y'all looking desperate out there. Y'all scrambling. I heard the narratives that y'all pushed for years. Y'all really keep getting on y'all platforms and saying this man don't sell tickets. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Sit back and watch this fight. I guarantee you will sell some tickets. I don't know how many. I ain't saying about to be no box smash off his hit, but I think Teofimo and Shakur is gonna sell some tickets. And you're gonna get an opportunity to see in real time that they do well for themselves, man. That man could put some asses in the seats. Is he a pay-per-view star? Nah, but he could put some asses in the seats, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's why I try to be fair, Mag. Like all of them. Shakurites, Hanos Clan, Tankamaniacs, everybody. That shit is all toxic, man. That shit is all toxic. If you got a favorite guy, talk your shit, root for your guy, but you should be able to build boxing up in the process, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So the shit right now, it has sold, man. It's lots of tickets sold already. Yeah, I was hearing that prize fight. I heard it's doing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? That's good for boxing, man. It's good for both of them as fighters. But overall, the sport is doing well. That's what that is. Because I believe that's a fight that boxing could use, right? We could use a fight like that, of that magnitude with what's on the line, right? And I said it, a lot of people said good thing the price dropped. That was gonna happen, Teach. You know what I mean? As they get a little bit closer. It'll drop a bit more as they get closer. Those early tickets be them resale joints. People buy them and resell them and hike the price up. That's what that be. Like Amo Williams and Carlos Adames is on the undercard, Teach. If I didn't tell you that already, y'all. Carlos Adames and Amo Williams, I believe. Yeah, that's the undercard. Shout out to L Dub. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the fights that's on the undercard for sure. You know what I'm saying? Happen. Supposed to, as much as I wanted to see it all today. What's that, CJ? What you wanted to see? But yeah, man, I just had to. I wanted to come up here and talk to the super fans, man. And like I said, man, it's too much bad. It's too much trash content, false narrative driven ass shit out here, man. You know what I mean? You don't even know who you could believe no more. Facts, Mag Life, man. You see, I did this shit. I do this shit, and I do it without tearing nobody down, man. I'm gonna be a broken record. I'm never gonna stop fighting this fight, man. You know what I mean? This is the fight, bro. So let's talk boxing and not bullshit. You got guys, you got some real, like, I think Shakur damn near stamp a ticket into the Hall of Fame with a win over Teofimo, man. That might be the next conversation for me to have, man. I mean, the winner of that fight might stamp themselves in the Hall of Fame for real. That's how meaningful that fight is, and the timing of it, right? Timing of it, especially if you Shakur. That's 4 divisions right there, bro. That ain't nothing to sneeze at, man. It will show YouTube the next day. Yeah, A Facts teach. They get that product out to you. They're gonna make sure you watch. I love it too, man. So I just wanted to say it, man. I wanted to say it. And the same thing, man. I seen people, I still see it, man. Like, going at Terrence Crawford at this point in time is like the weirdest thing you could do, bro. Like, he beat the odds, bro. He beat the odds. He done proved everybody wrong. He's still at the top of the game. It ain't no way you could dislike what Bud is doing right now, bro. Super fans need to stop uniting. What's good with it, man? Yo, what's good, fam? Y'all hit the like button, man. Say praying for ammo. Then yeah, him and Shiraz. It's gonna be a tough fight for him, man. I mean, not Shiraz. Him and Carlos Adames. And that's crazy because Carlos Adames and Shiraz fought now. And Ammo and Shiraz fought now. He about to fight Adames now. GQ, what it do? What's good with it, fam? Hall of Fame talk on really, yeah. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna say that for the next live for sure. Put it in the title and everything, because I think the winner of that fight might stamp themselves into the Hall of Fame, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real. Especially core 4 divisions at 28. That shit different. I think Ammo can beat him, but good luck. Yeah, man. I'm with you, teacher. It's gonna be a long night. Better be prepared. But yeah, man, real quick, just so everybody know, man, what brought me here, man, false narrative of the day, man. Shakur is a light heavyweight, y'all. He be running around 175 pounds, out of shape, you know what I'm saying, weight bullying. And the only reason he win fights is because he crunching down to a small weight. He all right, his skills is okay, but it's really because he fighting way out of his weight class. He really ain't supposed to be fighting at 35 or even 40. He's supposed to be at 154 pounds. That's what a YouTuber said. That's what a YouTuber with a big channel said, man. He said he really supposed to be at 54. And then y'all see it right here. He had 148 pounds. And we less than 2 months away from a fight. So I think that's good, man. He got 8 pounds to go. And true enough, we should be talking about TL. His dad, the one that said they gotta be careful how they make weight. And they're going to 147 after this. That's what they said. They said they're going to 47 after this. Right, 2 cents. They jumped all over. They was like, yeah, man. Hey, man, it's damn light heavyweight. I knew he was tricking the game. Knew it. I knew he was cheating all this time. I knew he was. And like I said, man, I like the way he moved on, man. I like how he moved on, and I like how he went and got the next best opportunity for himself, bro. It could be. It could be a lot closer. Could be. Could be a lot closer or more competitive. I don't know which word you want to go with. I could say I could see it being competitive. I could see it being close. I could see it being a good fight. You know what I mean? But yeah. They ran with it, Teach. They ran with it. I'm telling you. They ran with it. They ran with it, bro. Shout out to my homie, man. I appreciate that. That's love, man. Shout out to GQ, man. Appreciate the 10-piece, man. So respect to your grind. I know any dad want to hear boxing, you on YouTube stream. Love, man. You know it. Trying to get boxing is just do, man. I try to listen. I know I ain't gonna be perfect, y'all, but I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be firm. I'm gonna be real. And I mean this message to the YouTube space. If you really dope as you say you are, if you really the best like you say you are, if you the best to do this, then you should be able to talk boxing without pushing false narratives and rhetoric that tear the fighters down. You dudes got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but instead of creating an environment where you educating and informing and making people aware, the only thing y'all do is show how biased you are and how much you really don't enjoy the entirety of the sport, just certain fighters. Like if you can't appreciate, you know, a Norman, a Devin fighting a Brian Norman, you was what's wrong with boxing. You shouldn't have had nothing negative or bad to say the next day. You can't appreciate a Teo being willing to fight Shakur after saying no to so many people and Shakur jumping up a weight class to go do it. If you can't appreciate that, you probably really don't like boxing all that much. Like, it's not that much to be mad at. Like, and all I'm saying is, I want to be clear, bro. I'm Jersey for life. I'm Jersey strong. It's through my veins, bro. But it burns, it grinds my gears when I hear grown men, late 30s, early 40s, I don't know however old y'all be, spend hours of y'all day to tear down some of the most successful men in the sport because you don't like something that they did personally, right? You shouldn't have personal vendettas with these strangers. These fighters are strangers. You don't know these guys. Stop drawing up narratives. They don't work. Like, y'all lucky I don't want to play this dude voice over my airwaves, because I would show y'all a prime example of how somebody took this post right here and spent hours tearing this dude down. You can't make this shit up. Spent hours doing it. I kid you not. Spent a bunch of time doing it. Still wasn't done. He wanted to really dive in. Yeah, man. He really ain't that good, man. It's all we do. He really ain't that good. Then somebody should kick his ass. T.O. should have T.O. It should be easy work. Shakur had a fat camp, y'all. Hey, y'all. Shakur had a fat camp. Hey, T.O. Shakur running around here 175 pounds, bro. I mean, he got to lose like 35 pounds to fight you, bro. I think you got this fight in the bag. He running around 5'7", 175 pounds. Oh, yeah, I don't know how he got a six-pack. He don't look fat, but he 175 pounds, bro. Now, I mean, a light heavyweight, bro. You got him, T.O. You got him. You know what I'm saying? He going to have a whole fat camp. Shout out to Blaze, man. Shout out to my guy, Superman. Much love to the homie GQ for the love, man.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to my dog, man. Yeah, man. They went crazy, man. Yeah, narratives shooting at narratives. I'm telling you. Hey, that's how bad they start getting. Kyle, they can't keep up with them. After a while, they can't keep up with it. They don't know what they want to complain about. They don't know what they want to complain about. Y'all complain that he ain't fought nobody since he got to 35. They complained that Zepeda was pillow fisted and that guy not good enough for Shakur. Now, let me guess, y'all got a problem with T.O. today. Man, y'all don't like boxing for real, bro. Y'all don't like boxing. Y'all don't like no damn sports. Y'all might as well go watch hockey or something, man. 75-5. Yo, facts. I'm telling you, he look like Bud. He damn sure. I doubt if he had a six-pack at 175 pounds, bro. At 5'7", he'll look big, man. He'll look heavy, fat in the face, something. You know what I'm saying? But good shit, Core. Trolled the hell out of y'all, damn idiots. Ain't nowhere near it, bro. 140. Bro ain't even 150 pounds. That's crazy. Crazy. Shout out to my guy, man. Planet 619 Betty says the reason I fell back on the boxing talk. Yeah, man. I try to provide a space, y'all. When y'all come here, you can hear like boxing talk with no narrative, right? No fake narratives attached to it. It's just good boxing. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to address the weight bully stuff because I seen somebody going in on this shit last night. They was going in and they was like, you know what? You know, I got another live stream coming up. I'm gonna talk about this some more. You know, I'm gonna break it down and how, you know, he really should be fighting at 54. Like, the narratives don't stop, bro. He should be fighting at junior middleweight. It's crazy. Crazy. He ain't got no junior middleweight frame, bro. That dude don't look like he should be fighting at no damn 54. That's crazy. That's crazy work, bro. It could be a slow fight, but it still could be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? I think it still be a good fight. And you haven't seen Tio in too many boring fights per se, right? I think they do enough stuff differently that it'll lead to an entertaining fight, an intriguing matchup. I ain't saying you're gonna be jumping out your seat, but come on, sometimes a chess match is cool and calm when you beat somebody ass. Hannibal, what's good with it? That's why he's punching on guys like that. Nah, truth be told though, 2 cents. And shout out to Planet 619, man. Appreciate the love, appreciate the support, man. Y'all hit the like button, keep supporting the grind. We're gonna keep.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
You know what it is, 2 cents. From what I know, direct shout out to Free Smoke too, man. From what I know, he spars a lot, oftentimes with guys that be a lot bigger than him too. So like seeing him do that with guys, like that's shit he do normally, right? Getting there with them bigger guys, even guys bigger than him, considerably bigger than him, and get in there and give him a go, dude. I mean, I done heard some really some wild ass stories, like good stories, but some wild stuff. So I think so too, Irvin. I think so too, bro. I think he could be a bit stronger at 40. I'm interested to see how he look. He's saying it, but I want to see it. You know what I mean? I'm always interested to see how a fighter gonna look in another weight class. I mean, look, Devin Haney moved up to 47 full-fledged. He looked pretty sturdy in there, right? I ain't saying he no puncher all of a sudden, but he looked sturdy. He looked like he kind of got the kind of punches, like I've always said, that if you don't see and he catch you, real sharp, and his punch placement is good, he can put you down. So I want to see how Shakur having to cut less helps or hurts him. You know what I'm saying? I want to see if you know how it affects him if he looked like he a bit stronger. Because I know when he first fight at 35, I know he looked a certain way. He looked sturdy, moving right up. You know what I mean, looked fresh against Yoshino, who was undefeated and had a couple of good solid wins. He polished him, right? So be interesting to see how he looked for a first fight at 40, man. Because to my knowledge, you know, he tried to acclimate with a little pre-camp to this weight class. So let's see how it look. It's at 148, not for 130. I wonder what he walk around at now. Yeah, he don't get too big from what I understand. He should be at 147, 135, 140. Shout out to MA. Rhea, shout out to Rhea. Listen, I hear you, but just think about something. He said at 135 pounds, he don't have to cut that much weight. Right? So having to be at 47, I don't think he's super big because I don't think he rehydrate crazy either. Right? You get what I'm saying? Imagine that if you fighting at 135 pounds and you don't have to cut a whole lot of weight to make that weight. You know what I mean? 147 is a stretch for him because of the frame. He's not the tallest guy. I mean, 5'7", he's not the biggest dude. I mean, Devin Haney a bit taller, longer. He got more of the frame for the 47-pound division. Shakur, I've always seen him potentially taking certain fights at 40, or dare I say 47, but I never seen him campaigning there. And I don't even know about 40. Who knows? You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see what the next move would be, too. You know, depending on whatever the outcome is, you know what I mean, what he decided to do. But, yeah, a lot of these guys, like, I get it, man. You know, it's a lot of fighters that shrink down to make these weights. But I don't feel like he's one of those dudes that's getting in a fight, having some crazy big-ass weight advantage every time he get in a fight. You know what I mean? Every time he get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I've watched the fights. I haven't seen that. And this dude, shit, he had to grow into 35 a bit, it seemed like. You know what I mean? He filled out. You know what I mean? He looked good the first fight, but I think he looked even – I think he looked his best in his last fight. 5 pounds of muscle. I'm telling you, do it the right way. Put it on the right way and go in there and kick to your ass. So it was 5'11", fighting at 135. I'm down at 60, right? So you can get it off a little bit when you're young, Hannibal. You know what I'm saying? You can get it off a little bit, but I'm glad to see that he on point with his weight, because this fight gonna come up fast, man. It ain't gonna take long. It ain't gonna take long. It was like, it's crazy because not too long ago it was being talked about, and then it was being talked that Teo was moving funny, and then I got word that it was signed, and then it got announced. Then they start promoting it immediately. So this shit moving right along. This shit gonna come quick, man. It's gonna come quick. It's gonna come quick, man. I want to play something for y'all from Abel Sanchez, man. Abel Sanchez had made a pick on this fight. He made a pick on Shakur and T.O. And he also spoke about Bud and the sanctioning fee situation. I wanted to talk about it a little bit. Put my money on the underdog. I do think this fight is 50-50. I get it. You're a betting man. Sometimes betting men just go for the underdog. Might be some good money there. Yeah, I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited, you know what I mean, to see how well he can do against a guy that's as good as Teofimo. And I'm looking forward to him being the best version of himself. That's what I think he's going to be up against. So it's going to be a good fight. And I don't think it's just going to be like, easy, but I think he has the opportunity to make this look easier than people think. Just up to him. I'm telling you, it's up to Shakur. I'm so serious. It's up to him because I feel like A+ games fully switched on. Y'all gonna be impressed again. I'm telling you, Zepeda was just one. That was just one guy. Now I think he could show out against him too. Tio, or win a fight in a way where you'd be like, yeah, that dude one of them. So I think that's what we walk away from this fight feeling like. You get what I'm saying? I'm definitely geek for Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia was in these Twitter spaces. I think he said he betting on Core.
I got Shakur Stevenson beat him.
You got Shakur? You don't think Tio's gonna win?
Nah, bro. Nah.
Damn, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I got
crazy.
Tio too, bro.
You guys got Tio? How much you guys want to bet, bro?
I got Tio.
How much you guys want to bet anytime?
Bet, bro. I don't got money compared to you.
Nah, I'll bet. Hey, I'll bet in your tax bracket, bro.
100. Let's do 100.
I'll bet 100, bro. Let's
bet 100.
Yeah, let's do 100.
Do it.
I'll bet 500 on Tio. And what form of style you think Shakur would beat Tio?
Boxing him like he always does, bro.
You think it's going to decision?
Tio down? Nah. They're gonna be playing chess for a little bit, and then Shakur's gonna break away by like the 4th, 5th, 6th, and then it's gonna get ugly by like the 9th, 10th. I think Shakur gonna start picking him apart nasty.
I don't see that happening. I see Shakur on his pedal like all night.
Nah, bro. What? Teofimo don't even put pressure like that. How can he be on a pedal bike if he don't put no pressure, real pressure like that?
But Tio could crack a little bit.
Yeah, he could crack, but he's
Ryan make a great point.
They both got tough ass defense, though.
Yeah, Shakur just has to watch for a single shot here, single shot there. He's not gonna worry about volume coming forward, hard hitting guys. He's gonna be watching for 1, 2 shots at a time. Teofimo just doesn't put pressure like that for Shakur to even run. It's that's just what it is. Unless he changes up his whole game plan and his whole fighting style.
Ryan said he betting money. You see him went back and forth talking about how he had open his gap back up and do X, Y, and Z to him. But you see who he betting on, right? That's the average Shakur Stevenson detractor. That's how they talk. I swear that's how they talk. They talk to him, they'd killer. They'd do this to him. He soft. They'll knock him out, open his gap, whatever. They do all of this, but then when it's time to pick with him and somebody fight, I'm picking Shakur. Yeah, I'll bet. And then you willing to bet money on him and everything. It's funny how that worked, man. Funny how that worked. Got boxing skills as well. Watch the Loma versus Tio fight. Shout out to you, fam. Talk to me. It's a good conversation before we move on to the next topic. How you figure Shakur overlooking Tio? What has Shakur said? Because look, I don't know what you heard. Let me know if you heard something he said that will give you the indicator that he's overlooking him, because all I keep hearing Shakur say is Tio a great fighter. He a hell of a fighter. You know what I mean? He was good in the amateurs. He's always winning stuff. He was amongst the top guys. I'm not hearing nothing. The only thing I do hear him say is he going to beat him still. He confident. He confident that he can beat him for sure, but I ain't hear one thing that make it sound like he overlooking Tio. He just keep giving him credit for his skills. It's Tio that's saying Shakur like, he's slow, or he's weak. Like his biggest weakness is mental. Like, right? He always let the people get to him. Get what I'm saying? Like the people get in his head. Like, so I don't know. I'll say if it's anybody that could be potentially maybe overlooking just slightly, it'd be Tio because of some of the stuff he said directly. I haven't heard Shakur undermine or downplay Tio's skill set. I've heard him keep giving him credit. You know what I'm saying? And that's smart to do. Dank, what it do, homie? You know what I mean? Because when you kick his ass, you know, you want credit for it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't on record for saying he was a bum and all this stuff, right? So it's going to be a fight. It's going to be one of them ones, man. I truly believe it's going to be a great fight. I do, but I don't think he overlooking him, no. You know what I'm saying? I think he preparing for the, and you hear what he said. They asked him, you know, about the loss to Cambosis, and he said, look, I'll be stupid to expect that version of Teofimo. I'm expecting the very best version of Teofimo in the ring. He's saying all the right stuff. He understand that, you know, what the fight is. He said he is the best person that he been in the ring with. That's the best fighter that he fought to date. So, I mean, he's saying everything. He acknowledging the right things. He not in denial. He not, you know, he's not insecure about giving Teo his credit, right? To being a world class, a good fighter, a top level talent. And he gonna go out there and exploit that. I just believe, man, you know, much like my guy Emma Queen mentioned, those moments where concentration is key, I think that's what Shakur shines to. It just like little nuances. It be little shit. It get a little bit deeper than just X's and O's. Like, who can maintain that high level of concentration without making those big mistakes, those pivotal mistakes that cost you in the fight, right? You really start looking at it like that, and more times than not, it's Shakur. But can he be efficient and that mistake-free against a guy in Teo that's the naturally bigger guy, obviously, right? The established champion there. You moving in his weight class, is it going to look like it? Or is you going to get on your Bud Crawford and you're going to look like you've been at 140 and it's Teo that, you know what I mean, just moved up? How you going to make it look? You know what I mean? How you going to make it look? Yeah, man. Who take the lead? Who take that lead, Kyle? Or are they going to be double dutching? For me, I think you'll see a combination of the two things, right? I think it'll be moments, right? Depending on the situation and what Teo's approach is. I think if Teo try to play the back foot for Shakur to get him, I think he'll try to if he has to. But I do believe Teo has more to prove because it's Shakur that's moving into his division, right? So it's this consensus that he's the bigger man, right? In Teo. And Teo dad has talked about moving up to 147 next. So they got some, I don't know, they could have put some pressure on themselves with that. Y'all must feel like y'all big. You said you got to be careful making a weight. So it could be a built-in excuse or something like that. But, you know, I do remember him saying that. And I wonder why. You know what I'm saying? I wonder why he said that. Explosive athletes need explosive recovery. Smooth athletes have more steady endurance and output. Yeah. And that's another thing too. Yeah. I think Teo's style requires him to expend more energy too. I think Shakur does just enough in the ring. That's something that doesn't get talked about enough too. I believe personally. I think while in there, he's not a lot of wasteful movements with Shakur. Like, he don't fight like a guy that's nervous, jittery. Like, he ain't been there. Like, you don't worry about the lights or the magnitude of the fight getting to him. Like, that's not going to be the case. It's going to be him versus him and Teo in there. You get me? So I think he does just enough. No frantic movements, no burning the candle at both ends. I think Teo has a tendency to kind of put himself in positions where he does more than what he needs to do, if that makes sense to y'all, right? Unnecessary movements, right? Like I said, the showboat and the little, you know, that little silly shit he like to do, like Cora highlighted, alluded to, the little Roy Jones-esque stuff, slapping the sneakers and, you know, hands low and, you know, just little shit with the footwork. But I don't think that shit gonna be effective against Cora. I think that could work against him. I don't see that working in his favor. You know what I mean? Biggest pro challenge for both fighters. Facts, man. I'm about to pull this up from Abel Sanchez because he talked about it. I want y'all to hear what Abel Sanchez said about this fight, man. He said them stab jabs will Teo up. Yeah, I like that stab jab that Cora got to the body. That shit is money. It really is. That shit is money. I want him to fight his fight the entire night too. You know what I'm saying? Don't even play with Tio. Fight your fight. Do him dirty, man. He thinks shit's sweet. You're gonna have to show him. I want to see him break Tio mentally too. I want to see him frustrate him. All that, have him. I really do. I want to see him questioning shit, not looking confident after the fight. Yeah, man, that's what I like the most, Dante. The biggest challenge for both. That's why it's dope. That's why I say, man, to have negative conversations about them right now, you just like a hater today. Got to give these dudes credit for what they doing right now. Got to. Boom, 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 boom.
Hey, Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps for Fight Hub TV, and I'm joined now with Abel Sanchez. Abel, thank you for taking the time here in Big Bear. Beautiful facility you have.
Yes, thank you very much. It took me a year to get it done, but it's done. And we've been training here now for about 4 months. So it came out a lot better than I thought it was going to come out, seriously.
Right. No, it is. It's lovely. Especially you have in the back we have a steam sauna.
We have a steam sauna, shower combination. Mm-hmm. We have a dry sauna, dressing areas, massage tables. So it came out good.
Yeah. Definitely a one-stop shop for people who want to train up here in Big Bear. Just want to ask you a few of the most recent headlines that are happening in boxing, if you don't mind. The most recent being the WBC stripping Terrence Crawford of his belt due to not paying the sanctioning fees. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, and have you ever seen this happen before?
Well, first of all, I think that I have to say that Terrence fought a great fight. A great fight.
One that I know you didn't pick him to win.
Not being honorable. He's tarnishing that great victory that he just had. But not being honorable and living up to not only his responsibility, but his promises. The WBC made it possible. I shouldn't say the WBC. The organizations made it possible for Terrence to be known. If Terrence was fighting for the XYZ title in his hometown and it was not a world rating, then nobody would know him. The reason he got the opportunity to fight for that kind of money is because the organizations were rating him and they were given opportunities to fight for a title. He became known because of the organizations, not because he's Terrence Crawford. If at the beginning when he first...
Man, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, man. Man, pardon me, y'all. Get the fuck out of here, Abel. Fuck you mean he didn't get known? He was known because of the organizations. Now, he was known because he was winning fights. The fuck, the belts don't make the fighter? I get it. I get what he's trying to say, but he wild and he ain't tarnishing the win. Can't nothing tarnish the win. They fought 12 rounds and he cooked Canelo ass. Ain't nothing tarnishing the win. He ain't being honorable. Nah, they not being honorable. I'm gonna pull up the post too that was breaking down the numbers that Mauricio was talking about. Man, that's crazy. He really said the man was known because of the organizations, not because of him. Like, that's nasty. That's crazy, bro, to take the credit from him.
World rating, then nobody would know him. The reason he got the opportunity to fight for that kind of money is because the organizations were rating him and they were given opportunities to fight for a title.
But he had to win the fights, though. For him to make this amount of money, they wasn't paying him the money because he proved himself time and time and time again. That shit all go hand in hand is what I'm saying. Yeah, man, people, you resonate with people more, I guess, when you're a champion. That's cool. But if you're not a good champion, he solidified himself and continued to prove to be one of the absolute best fighters in the world. He's been fighting title fights since, I believe, 2014. He's won all of them, undefeated in title fights. Like, you can't make this shit up, man. You just can't take that credit away from that man and say they know him because of the organizations. Without the organizations, nobody would know him. Nah, without his left and right hand, nobody would know him. Without him being Terrence Bud Crawford, nobody would know him. I just hate that. I hate this, man. It's all over some money. Like, it ain't going in your pocket. You get what I'm saying? You know the sanctioning body, some slime balls. The WBC been making a lot of wild-ass moves Recently, bro. So I don't even know why people can even side with them right now.
He became known because of the organizations, not because he's Terrence Crawford. If at the beginning, when he first started his career, he could have said, I'm never, ever going to pay sanctioning fees. Do you think anybody would have ever known him outside of his hometown? Nobody, because he wouldn't be recognized by any sanctioning body that he was somebody. So I think that is not too honorable not to be paying.
I might have to make a short video on this, y'all. I might have to. It's my first time listening to this. He kind of pissing me off a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you.
And what do you?
This man really said, without this sanctioning bodies, nobody would know. Like, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy to say. Shit is crazy to say, bro. So it's not the work that he put in, but it's him being recognized by the sanctioning bodies once he actually put the work in that made him who he is, right? That's the reason he's able to fight for that amount of money, right? Not the fact that he won every fight every time they put somebody in front of him. That's not the reason he got the money. And made the fucking sanctioning bodies want to recognize him. Abel, why would the sanctioning bodies want to recognize Terrence Crawford to begin with? Because he proven to be one of the best fighters within that sanctioning body, right? And in the world, right, Abel? It goes hand in hand. You can't, and he never came out and said that he would never pay none of the sanctioning fees. He said, why are they asking for more money than the other sanctioning fees? I don't like what he's saying here. Nah, short video on the way after this live over. I got to. He wild.
Agreed to before the fight. If you had said before the fight, I'm not going to pay it, then WBC would have not sanctioned the bout, then they can both walk the opposite direction.
But if the WBC was going to tell him that they was going to fucking try to extort him $300K or whatever it was Mauricio was talking about, then it probably would have been a different discussion too. Abel, it's a two-way street. I don't like when people look at it only one way. Yeah, that could have been possible, but bro, if they'd have told that man, yeah, I'm gonna extort him. I'm gonna extort you, man. We're gonna extort you. The rest of the sanctioning body is gonna ask for X. We're gonna ask for X, Y, and a little bit of Z. Right? We need that. Guarantee you the conversation would have went different with him too. And let's be honest, bro. Like, I get it. Solidifying himself as an undisputed champion puts him in like rare company and all of that. But he had the right to fight for them belts. Y'all act like the belts make the fighter. It don't. I don't give a damn what nobody say. That's my personal opinion on it. Belts will never make the fighter, man. It's the fighter that the belts are attached to that gives the belt its validity. The reason why they can recognize Terrence Crawford as this champion, that champion, because he's proven it time and time again. And he's always paid his sanctioning fees. He's never had a problem up until now. And guess who he has a problem with? The guy that makes up his fucking rules as they go along. Money-making Mauricio. Shout out to Aunt McQueen for the money-making Mauricio. I don't like what he's saying here. He just disregarding like Terrence Crawford, some guy like that the system manufactured, propped up, and put him in position to be where he at. And because of that, yeah, man, pay the sanctioning fees. Nah, let them rob you. Let them rob you of your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no, bro. Hell no. Street talks, we're good with it, bro. Facts, they do. I bet you nobody until he won't talk like this about Gennady Golovkin. I bet you he won't talk like this about Triple G. You get what I'm saying? He sound wild, bro. He said that shit sound crazy to say that the reason people recognize him is just like, I get it, because people see champion, they see the belt, they're like, oh, all right, I'll watch him fight. But truth be told, I watched Terrence Crawford and Canelo if it was no belt on the line, is what I'm saying. And I still respect him the same way for going up and beating that guy. Get what I'm saying? I just don't like what he's saying here, bro. Money making Mauricio is wild, and Abel, you bogus, man. Say that about Gennady. You know what I'm saying? I bet you if somebody made that same comment about Golovkin, yeah, he'd have something to say about that.
But he agreed to pay. He agreed in that amount. So I think it's...
He didn't agree. See, there you go again. Do your homework. He didn't agree not to the amount. Not to the amount. They asked for extra. He didn't never agree to that amount. Now you're making up your own shit.
Disgrace that he's not doing it.
It's not no fucking disgrace. No, it's a disgrace that you sat up here in this big platform, shout out to Fight Hub, and you telling people he tarnishing his legacy because he won't allow the WBC to extort him. Terrence Bud Crawford stood on business, and they don't like it. He beat Canelo, and if I probably look at the pick that he made when that fight got put together, he probably picked Canelo to win. That's why his stance is this. They find their ways to take shots. Let me start off by saying it was a great fight. Shut up, man. You only saying that to sound politically correct. Then you spent the rest of the video talking about how he tarnishing his legacy, and it's a disgrace because he agreed to pay the money. That's the problem. He never agreed to pay what they was asking for. They tried to extort my guy, man. Bud wasn't going.
There's a lot of, and of course this is coming from different opinions online. There's a lot of people that feel that the sanctioning bodies are worthless today. What would you like to say to the people who believe that?
I think the people that are saying that are not involved in the sport of
It ain't
boxing.
mad he beat Canelo,
Every
bro.
organization, every let's just say the college football, they're having the national championship. I think they have like 12 teams that are going to play for the national championship. Somebody has to rate those teams. They have to.
Man, that's the fact, man. They was more concerned about how much money Crawford made, man. Yeah, and they wanted a piece, bro. And then think about it. When they put out a certain amount, 40 million, 40 or 50 million. My thing is this: you set a percentage based off you not even knowing what he got, and it sound like y'all try to extort. Sound like because y'all knew that this was the biggest fight of his career, y'all felt the need to try to get get y'all palms greased a little bit more this time around. That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like extortion. And after this is over, I'm gonna pull up the post from the female Claire Burt. She posted on Facebook. I tried to get her to come on the channel. I know she said she was busy. Maybe if she gets some free time, I'll still ask her to come up here and explain and probably break down her post, because I believe she worked with the WBC and she was explaining how those numbers that Mauricio Suleiman was breaking down didn't add up. So I'm going to get to that after this is over. Y'all hit the like. Let's keep going.
They have to play the number 1 against number 12 or 2 against 11 or whatever. The same thing with a 64 when they play the college basketball 64, the tournament. Somebody has to rate them, and those people that rate them, or those organizations that rate them, I'm sure are making money also. So if we didn't have the organizations like the WBC, WBA, WBO, and the IBF, then who would know the fighters? How would the public know who they were? By them taking out ads, they're telling people that I'm 16-0 now, or I'm 15-0. No, there's a reason why they're moving up the rankings, because they're getting better. They move up the rankings in these organizations to be able to challenge for a belt. If they were not moving up those rankings, they would not be challenging for a belt.
But if they're not winning fights, they're not going to be challenging for a belt. It goes hand in hand. You can't dismiss the talent without. It's not like they crowning champions without them putting in the work. Abel, you making it seem like they're solely just the only way we can recognize the fighters is because of the sanctioning body. Man, bullshit. People don't even pay attention and don't even be knowing all the sanctioning bodies. And I'll let y'all know. Shout out to my guy, and I ain't gonna say no names, but shout out to my guy that is my guy. Somebody a while ago, and he a content creator, he said ESPN was a sanctioning body. He said ESPN was a sanctioning body. Yes, he said that. Fans ain't worried about no fucking sanctioning bodies. Fans are complaining that it's too many belts. Abel, we recognize Terrence Crawford because since 2008, since he turned pro, he been beating ass, bro. We ain't doing that. It ain't just belts alone. Like, don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna say that, you know, him being a world champion and multiple divisions over didn't get him more fanfare or, you know, bring more attention to himself. But he could not have gotten those fights. He could not have gotten in position to fight for those titles if he wasn't winning fights. Do you understand what I'm saying to y'all? He making it seem like, you just wake up one day and they just move you up the rankings and put you in position to get a belt. No, you got to fight to get in position. So I don't give a damn, even though he got partially making a point, and I get it, but the shit go hand in hand, because without you winning and winning consecutively at a high level, proving yourself, beating everybody put in front of you, you don't get to the position Terrence Crawford did. So without those belts, if he was 40+ and know the way he is, he would be looked at as one of the best fighters in the world. It ain't just the belts alone. Like, don't get us wrong. You able to, you know, you solidify yourself in a different space when you're able to say, yo, I was champion in this division. You know, I had all the belts in this division, so on and so forth. But without you winning the fights that are put in front of you, you can't say those things either. So it all go hand in hand. You can't dismiss the talent that the belts are attached to. The way it sounds to me, he almost makes it seem like the belt is the whole reason that they're noticeable. The belt is the whole reason that they're good. No, it's the fighter is the reason that the belt has validity to it. How do I know that? Because when they tell you all the people that held the Ring Magazine belt, is for what? To tell you, to highlight its importance. And how do you know if the Ring Magazine belt is important? Because they'll tell you X had it, Y had it, Z had it, right? They'll name all the best fighters in the world that held the belt. Same thing with the WBC belt. They'll tell you all the fighters that held that belt. That's what fucking makes the belt. Fuck out of here. If you wake up one day and you just create a belt and then somebody holding it, that shit don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. It's the fighters that gave these belts validity. And they found a way to make money off the blood, sweat, and tears of these fighters, bro. And because Terrence Crawford made a stand, you want to sit up here and talk about how it's a disgrace and he tarnishing the win? Miss me with that shit. Get out of there. See what's good with it. Fuck them trophies. Facts. It's the fighters. Because every time they tell you, well, the Ring Magazine belt is important because all of these different fighters of yesteryear held the belt. Not the other way around. Not the other way around. The belt do not make the champions, man. The champions make them fucking belts, man. I've been saying this shit since I had a channel. I don't care what he say. I don't care what he say. Y'all know I ain't right. Y'all know I'm right. Every single time they highlight how a belt or why a belt is of any importance in the sport of boxing is because of what? Muhammad Ali had this belt. Joe Frazier had this belt. Sonny Liston had this belt. And y'all get it, just throwing examples out there. Sugar Ray had this belt. Tommy Hearns had this belt. That's why the belts fucking matter, because of the people that held it before him. Not simply Terrence Crawford. He act like the sanctioning bodies made Terrence Crawford, and I'm not buying that bullshit. He need to reassess what he's saying. All over some money, Abel. All over some money. You saying all of that? You just completely dismiss this man as a talent, bro. The belts, them belts.
And if you have a 10-round fight somewhere, it pays, say, small number, say it's $100. If you have a championship fight, now it's worth $500. So the belts make a difference. Just like when we were kids and we used to race motorcycles or bicycles, we didn't race for money. We raced for a little trinket, a little trophy that we still keep. I don't know if you keep your trophies, but I know.
See, but that's the problem. It's called prize fighting. They fight for money. I can't believe that's a weak-ass analogy, Abel. You just compared racing as a kid, as a fucking kid, to boxing. What are we talking about? That is a terrible example right there. Now, when we raced as kids, we didn't race for the money. We raced for the little trinkets. Well, they're not fucking kids. And newsflash, you wasn't professionals. They're professional prize fighters. Let me say that. Professional prize fighters. They're not kids racing cars and shit for trophies. Let a fighter know that let Terrence Crawford or Canelo Alvarez know that they can fight for undisputed, but you know what? We're not gonna pay you, but you can still fight for these trophies and see how many people still fight. Let a prize fighter know, a professional prize fighter know that, you want to fight for the WBO, the WBA, the IBF, the WBC, and the Ring Magazine, all the belts on the line, and one we just made up out of thin air. Yeah, we're going to let you fight for 5 of these belts. But y'all ain't getting paid, though. Y'all ain't getting paid. Y'all just going to get these belts. And see how many fucking undisputed fights we get. Get out of here, man. I can't believe that was a terrible fucking example. Let's run it back. I can't believe he just compared a sport that you can't play to some shit that he did as kids. As fucking kids, and you compared that to grown-ass professional prize fighters that fight for a prize, bro. It's people that accept being a B-side because they know they can make money off it. Where they don't give a fuck about calling themselves no world champion. I don't give a damn how many fighters sell it to me. Being financially stable is always going to be one of the most important things you can do as a boxer, bro. You taking years of your life away from the sport. You get what I'm saying? From boxing, off your life from boxing, man. Hell no. You let a fighter know we're gonna let you fight for these belts, but you ain't getting paid. It's for free. And watch how many undisputed fights we don't get. Ain't nobody out here just fighting for no fucking trinkets.
For a belt. And if you have a 10-round fight somewhere, it pays, say, small number, say it's $100. If you have a championship fight, now it's worth $500. So the belts make a difference. Just like when we were kids and we used to race motorcycles or bicycles, we didn't race for money. We raced for a little trinket, a little trophy that we still keep. I don't know if you keep your trophies, but I know my kids keep theirs in the garage somewhere. So we race for that trinket, and that belt is the trinket that we make money off of this, yes. But
Nah.
Terrence Crawford,
You just said you didn't do it for money. You see how he contradicted himself? I'm on his ass with this terrible fucking example. Nah, let me run this back a couple seconds. You see how he just started talking about money? He just said when we was kids, we didn't do it for money.
ride
So what are
somewhere.
you talking about?
So we race for that trinket, and that belt is the trinket that we make money off of this. Yes, but Terrence Crawford made.
Ain't no fucking but. You make money after just saying you didn't make money as a kid. You see why you can't compare the two? There was no big ass cash prize at the end of racing for that trinket. Yeah, they gave you a little funky ass trophy and sent you on your way. These dudes is fighting with their life on the line. You get what I'm saying? They're spending months in training camp, weeks on end in training camps away from their families. Do you see how you can't compare the two? The preparation that it take to go into a boxing match and a damn race is not even remotely the same. And I know Abel know better than to make this poor ass example right here. Poor ass example, bro. Poor ass example.
$50 million, not because he's Terrence Crawford. He made it because the organizations put him there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I disagree with that. And I don't never like to disagree with nobody. I disagree with that shit. I disagree with that. I disagree with that fucking shit. So these people are paying him just because he's holding shiny belts. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to be ignorant and say like without belts, like, you know, the extra money come with the trinkets. I get that. But what I'm saying is, it seems like he's very dismissive of the talent that you have to possess to be able to constantly fight these fights and put yourself in position in these sanctioning bodies, sanctioning organizations to fight for these fucking trinkets. You can't do it without the talent, unless you're just a manufactured guy that they put in position to look like something. Terrence Crawford is not that. I believe he got it out the mud. So that's all I'm saying. I get what Abel is saying. Yes, to a degree, the belts are a reason you're able to, you know, make more money and different things like that. But that's because at the end of the day, the more you make, the more they can take from you. So it's just a system at the end of the day. And without that talent, the system doesn't fucking work. So I don't care what Abel is saying. Without the talent, the system falls apart. Without Terrence Crawford being exactly who he's been since 2008, as a professional, the system falls apart. He never makes it to be 3-time undisputed in 3 different weight classes. He never makes it to be a 5-time division champion. Never. Come on, man. You need real talent. You need to possess real talent, skill, discipline. You get what I'm saying, to get to where he got to. And all I'm saying is, a lot of times when you looking to make your case, you leave a lot of meat on the bone. It's a lot of shit that he's not including in his assessment. And it's all over money. Without the talent, you don't make money. Guys in the NBA, when they get paid, it's because of what? They talent, am I right? That trophy that they get at the end is because of what? They've been good enough all year to put themselves in position to get that damn trophy. But let those NBA players know, yeah, you could play these 82 games, but you know what? At the end, I mean, we ain't going to pay you all year, but you could get this trophy. Yeah, you can get this gold trophy at the end. Guarantee you will see less people playing in the NBA. Get out of here, man. The talent, you need the talent to get to the pinnacle of all of these sports, unless you are a manufactured talent. And in this case, Terrence Crawford is not. Get what I'm saying? Shit crazy. That's why, you get me. Shout out to Hannibal. Boxing is a mob. I swear it is. Let's keep going though, man. My bad, y'all. I ain't mean to keep stopping. Let's keep going.
So let's talk about the percentage. Obviously, it was less than the standard percent that the WBC would normally require, which is 3%. Mauricio has said that they agreed to a lesser percent, and I can't quote exactly what that amount was, but I know it was less than 1%. And you know, you get the argument from people who go, well, where's all this money going to, and why do they charge so much? Like, just what are your thoughts overall on that? And can you kind of explain a bit more, aside from obviously them holding a title, but like why it's so important that fighters pay their sanctioning fees?
Well, first of all, I think that the number that was mentioned was 300,000. The normal rate, I think, for most sanctioned bouts is 3% from each side.
I don't know. I hope y'all can see this post that I got up real quick. I'm going to read it real fast. This is from Claire Burke. This is who I tried to get up on the channel, man. I believe she used to work with former employee of the WBC, right? Said the WBC wants us to believe most of their sanctioning fees go to Jose Suleiman's Boxers Fund, even saying $225K of Crawford's $300K fee were going into the fund. But the fund administered by the Nevada Community Foundation has only distributed $2.4 million since 2012, while a single fundraising gal for the fund raised $1.2 million in 2019. Look at this shit, bro. One must include that allocating $225K from a single 300K sanctioning fee will be unusually large and unbelievable when the fund's total lifetime disbursements are only $2.4 million since 2012. The numbers don't align. Here's the math. Put $240K fund lifetime total raised from a single fundraising event in 2019. That's $1.2 million of it. $225,000 was to be allocated from Crawford's sanctioning fee. She said that means only $995,000 was allocated to the fund in 13 years of the WBC title fights, 13 years of fundraising events, donations from private donors, and other profits. And then she put at the end, the math ain't mathing, bro. Like, she broke this shit down. I wanted to speak there. I'm like, man, talk to the people and let them know. She said it, hashtag, the math ain't mathing. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The WBC Boxers Fund. She put that shit in plain as possible, bro. So while he's sitting up here trying to make it seem like, oh, it was, I hate when somebody try to make it seem like $300,000 ain't shit. I want to reach through the damn computer, the laptop, and cyberly choke him, yo. Shut up. Shut up, bro. That if 300K was coming out of your pocket, I guarantee you wouldn't be talking about no only. So let's stop talking about it like it's $3 or $30 or $300. 300K. You know what I'm saying? Not 300K. Talking about some damn only. So I'm gonna leave this post up here and I'm gonna let him just keep talking. But you see how they downplay the money, but look how she broke this shit down. It don't get no clearer than that. The math ain't mathing. And all the time that this fund has been here, y'all only made 2.4 million, but off this one person alone, you was gonna get 225K. That shit don't even make sense. Do the math on what she talking about. She got the numbers right. I was looking at this shit like, damn, she on the money with this shit.
You know, you get the argument from people who go, well, where's all this money going to, and why do they charge so much? Like, just what are your thoughts overall on that? And can you kind of explain a bit more, aside from obviously them holding a title, but like why it's so important that fighters pay their sanctioning fees?
Well, first of all, I think that the number that was mentioned was 300,000. The normal rate, I think, for most sanctioned bouts is 3%.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, 3%. But dig this. They tried to make it seem like they was cutting them a break by saying that the normal rate is 3%. We was only taking 0.6%. Shut up, man. You was trying to get over. You tried to extort Bud and he was on y'all ass. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers up there, man.
From each side. That when you get to a bigger number, obviously there's 50 million, obviously you have to negotiate. So he negotiated that before the fight, not only with the WBC, but with WBC.
And there you go again. Mauricio said 40 or 50 million. So it's unclear as to how much Bud Crawford made. And remember, Bud responded. He said you were speculating. You don't even know how much money he got. And that's what it sounded like to me, bro. This shit ain't rocket science, bro. At the end of the day, it sounded like they asked for a percent based off money that they thought he made, or whether they didn't know exactly what he did get, but they knew they was trying to get a certain amount of money from him, and he wasn't beat. He put his foot down. Take y'all little funky ass belt. Because without all the great fighters with my kind of talent holding these belts through the years, your belt will have no fucking validity. The same way a franchise title has no validity, or those belts that you just make for certain special fights, them shits don't matter. They look good. They're trinkets and trophies, but they don't matter. That's the same position every other belt is in when it's first established. The shit don't have its meaning till you have several fighters through your years that's been proven to be the best fighters in the world holding that title, that those titles start to have validity to them. Miss me with that shit. Fighters make the belts, not the other way around, man. We're going to have that conversation.
The WBO and IBF.
Fighters make the belts. I don't know what Abel talking about.
If he agreed to it,
it's ass bogus.
If he didn't agree with it, let's just say, then he shouldn't have fought for the WBC belt. What the organizations do with that money is really none of anybody's business. It's a business that they use it for charity, that they use it to help other fighters, that they use it for, that's their business. They're not asking.
And that's bullshit. And we know that's not the whole story, bro. Look at the numbers that she got up here, bro. Look at the numbers. Oh, a lifetime fund. Half of it was pretty much raised from a single fundraiser in 2019. Half of the money allocated. Yo, you can't make this something. That's why she said hashtag the math ain't mathing. They act like they not in 5-star hotels and trips and all types of shit, throwing conventions. How y'all able to pay for all of that shit? With the money that y'all getting from the fighters. So miss me with all this holy shit that, oh yeah, we're just taking care of all these fighters. And then every time we turn around, we hear another story of how a fighter can't get help and how they gave everything to boxing and can't get nothing back. The Nick Blackwells, the Pritchard Colognes of the world, man, miss me with that shit. Ain't nobody helping them. Miss me with that
what
shit.
he's doing
I guess
with
it
his
don't
money.
apply to them.
They're not asking me what I'm doing with my money. So I think that the organizations, I believe the WBC has some kind of program in Vegas where they help other older fighters and retired fighters.
They do.
If you can ask me for an extra amount of money that you're not supposed to be asking me for and essentially extort me, I can, and it's coming out of my purse, I can ask you where it's going. I don't know what Abel talking about. He's straight. He talking like he worked for the WBC.
But really, it's nobody's business. The fan, it's not costing the fan a dime.
See, it's nobody's business, but you talking about it like it's your business. It's not costing the fans a dime. But it doesn't mean you should rob the fighter, though. And to think no other fighter has had to complain about this but Bud. And he outed them, man. He exposed them by saying, y'all the only ones y'all asked for more than everybody else. Nobody has been able to answer that question yet. All sanctioning bodies ain't created equal. Nobody answered that question. Bud threw that out there. Why do y'all deserve more than everybody else? And nobody can say that. And that's an honest question because I would love to know the answer. I don't got all the answers. I would love to know some game and what I'm missing. What am I missing? I still think they some crooks and they tried to extort my guy and he wasn't going, man. Wasn't going. But now he gonna sit up here and say how it's nobody's business where the money go. But they make it our business when you speak about 40 or 50 million that Bud may or may not have made, and you only usually take 3%, but you're taking 0.6, and that's only 300K and 225. You telling us the business. But then when you break it down and see that that's not how it's being distributed, then somebody lying. Come on, man. I don't believe them. They some crooks, man. Ain't no way in hell that the sanctioning bodies is all about making sure the fighters is good. I don't believe that shit for a second at all. Damon, what's good with it, bro?
So the fan really has nothing to critique or
I'll get to it. I ain't gonna be on too much longer. I'll get to the Pacheco card in a second. Y'all hit the like button, sub to the channel, support the grind. We just building
to ask questions because it's not their money. They have a company, which is the organizations that they pay, let's just say the chairmans of Africa to go look at fights, to go see fighters fight so that they can rate them. That money has to come from somewhere. Those people need to be paid somehow. So the organizations have a structure where they take care of their people so that they can get the ratings from all over the world, so that everybody that's eligible or qualified to be rated is rated. If they didn't have representatives in Africa, let's just say, and there was a lot of great fighters in Africa, why aren't they getting the opportunity to fight for a world title to make more money? So all those monies that are being collected are being used for a lot of different reasons in the structure of the organization, and it should be nobody's business where that money goes, in my opinion.
And that's the problem. That's fucking bullshit, dude, because it's not coming out of your pocket. So it's easy to say it shouldn't be nobody's business. But when that shit is coming out of the pockets of the fighters off their backs, of their blood, sweat, and tears, they should know where their money is going. That's bullshit. Miss me with that. Fuck out of here, you goofy. Meaning tell me, because I had the biggest fight of my life, because I've been beating ass since 2008, and I've been beating ass at the elite level since 2014, that you get to tax me $300K. Get the fuck out of here, bro. And then I can't ask you where the money is going in terms of helping the sport move forward. But you see dudes in restaurants and dinners and vacations and hotel stays and all that. That's all off the back of the fighters. It ain't like they going into no bullshit hotels. They living good. And this is what the fighters are saying. And y'all don't got to throw a single fucking punch. So miss me with that shit. I'm not a fan of that. Get to tax somebody. You don't got to throw a punch. You don't got to throw a mile. You don't got to hold a mitt, hit a bag, do nothing, but you get to just sit back and say, yeah, you want to fight for my belt? And yeah, while you at it, you got to pay to be a champion. Yeah, you got to pay to hold this belt. After yeah, your blood, sweat, and tears is not enough to hold my belt. You got to pay for it too. Fuck that system. The Ring magazine, the Ring belt is the best belt to me because it ain't no fees attached to it. And that shit worth, what they say, 180K? I'm with Bud on this one. I'm with Bud. Why the Ring belt don't cost? Why the Ring ain't complaining about making money off sanctioning fees off the fighters' blood, sweat, and tears? Get the hell out of here with that, bro. Man, miss me with that, man. Miss me with that. The Ring belt free. And they said it was one of the most prestigious and most important belts, right? You know what I mean? The who's has held the Ring belt. Am I right? Get out of here with that shit, man. Miss me with that, man. Miss me with that.
Do you happen to know like what happens now? Like if a fighter says that they're going to do something and then they don't do it, like is there some sort of legal repercussion for that? I mean, I'm not sure. I've never seen.
Bud to get sued out this bitch.
Of the years I've been covering boxing, I've not seen this happen.
I don't believe there's a legal repercussion. I think that he made an agreement. He signed a contract.
A verbal
agreement. No, he signed a contract.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He signed a contract.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if there's
Nah. Until somebody can answer why the WBC get more, I ain't trying to hear shit. Because that just sound fishy to me. So I'm with Bud.
If there's a binding legal document that says that he has to pay and he doesn't pay it.
Well, I don't know what the organizations require them to be able to be sanctioned about. I think that because of this, the rules will change with the organizations. Mm-hmm. Their requirements will be different. As far as what happens in the future with other fighters, let's just have all the fighters now that have balls say, I'm not going to pay any sanction fees for any title fight. I can bet you dollars to donuts that they'll never get a title shot. Yeah. They can fight for the Big Bear belt if they want. It's not going to make a difference. So, and they're never going to be rated either. So they can make that. They can make that claim today before they fight for anything that they're not going to pay. And I promise you, they're not going to fight for any title. Now, as far as Terrence is concerned, he's 38 years old. Mm-hmm. He's not going to fight for any. He's done what has never been done before. Mm-hmm.
And it's annoying to me, Damon, that they act like they didn't try to screw him over here. Abel must don't got all his facts straight. Because he ain't signed no contract to pay no $300K. Now, I mean, or I think he would have just paid it. He ain't never had no problem no other point in his career, bro. Why have a problem now? That's because y'all try to get it off on him and he wasn't going. He wasn't going, man. Get y'all ass out of here, man.
He is the face of boxing right now. Unfortunately, he's tarnishing that. But he's never going to fight for WBC belt. He doesn't care to fight for the WBC belt again. Probably will never get an opportunity again either.
What do you think that says, though?
But who cares, though? It should be an honor for the WBC to have him fighting for their title anyway. Y'all act like it's the other way around. I don't like that. Because even if it's in fact like it should be an honor for Bud Crawford to fight for that sanctioning body because of who held the belts, but it's still about the fighters. The fighters gave the belts the validity that it holds today, and still to this day. The WBC should be proud to let that Terrence Crawford was, you know what I mean, holding y'all titles, bro. He did this shit the right way. Now y'all about to trip over some money that you try to rob him of? Nah, man, hell no.
Boxing at the moment that there are some fighters who are looking at it as in like, well, we don't need the belts. Why are we paying all of this money towards the belts? Like, do you see that shift happening, that we might potentially see the belts phase out?
Never.
You're trying to get some answers out of
Never,
him,
because if there's 3 or 4 fighters, maybe a list of 10 fighters in the world that maybe don't need the belts. The rest of the fighters do. Nobody knows them. Mm-hmm. The only way they're going to know them is if they're champions. Mm-hmm. If they fight a 10-round fight somewhere for nothing, nobody's going to know that.
There's prestige. There's prestige that comes with having the belts.
Yeah, but TV's not going to cover that. HBO required title fights. They didn't require 10-round fights. They required title fights. Mm-hmm. DAZN requires. Fans are complaining because they're not getting the title fights. You know, it's a double-edged sword. Fans are complaining because Eddie Hearn's not putting on the fight that he promised he's going to put on, the title fights. Well, we need belts for title fights. Mm-hmm. You know, they're not going to put on a 10-round fight. Teofimo and Shakur fighting a 10-round fight is not going to matter to anybody. Mm-hmm. They're fighting for a belt.
Mm-hmm. Shut the fuck up, man. Belt or not, Teofimo and Shakur is a good fight. And whether 10 round or 12, it's a great fight. I get what he's trying to say. I don't want to be a completely dismissive and act like he don't got no point at all. Because he making some sense, but I think if he explored the whole of the situation and seen it from both sides, he only speaking from the side, like basically by him taking the stance that he took, he's saying the WBC is right. And I know I pretty much did the same on the opposite side, saying Terrence Crawford is right. I side with Terrence Crawford, right? I think he's right if he felt like they was asking for something that nobody else was, and he wasn't willing to do it without some type of explanation as to why y'all get to get more than everybody else. Everybody else accepted their money and moved on, and you out here in the public doing multiple interviews and different little segments. You speaking about my money, shit you don't know, and making it seem like all of the money is mainly going to help the fighters. So he's robbing the fighters, and he's tarnishing his legacy. He's a disgrace, this and that shit. Abel talking, man, get that out of here, man. He sound like
Ryan fight Barrios. If they were just fighting a 10-round fight, you couldn't put that on in here in Big Bear, and it wouldn't matter. Right. It wouldn't draw, it wouldn't sell. So the belts are very important for not only the prestige, but for they're fighting for something.
Yeah, but the belts are for the fighters. We don't take them bitches home. The belts is for the fighters. We want to see the fights. Everybody in the world would watch Shakur fight Tank or Teo if it had belts or not. Everybody in the world would watch Devin fight Shakur or Devin fight Tank if the shit had no belts or not. So that's not all the way true. That's not all the way true. We'll watch all of these fights if they had absolutely no belt on the line. Canelo and Bud had no belt on the line, I would watch it. You get what I'm saying? Benavidez and Bivol, or you get what I'm saying? Somebody like that, man. That shit had no belts on the line. We would still watch them fights. He bugging.
They're actually fighting for
Boots and Virgil. No belt on the line. Who in here ain't watching Boots and Virgil if it ain't got a belt? Who in here gonna be crying, man? It ain't got no belt on the line. We ain't gonna give a damn. We gonna watch that fight. He bugging. We want to see fights, bro. The belts are for them. They do nothing for us.
Worldwide recognition.
But they're also
worldwide recognition. But the only way you can get this worldwide recognition is if you continue to beat ass all over the world, right? I just refuse to believe that the belts just give this guy some prestige, right? Nah, bro. If that dude ain't shit, that belt ain't gonna mean all that much. You know what I mean? We got champions and we got title holders, man.
Gaining leverage when it comes to negotiations as well, because when you're
not
putting a belt on the line, you could.
And they know them fucking belts is put in place so they can eat off the fighters, man. That's the thing. They made it seem like the sanctioning bodies are in place just to make sure all the fighters of yesteryear are good, or the fighters that fall on hard times. And I know that's not the whole. That's not the truth. That's not the truth. I know it. I know that's not the truth. Them dudes is eating a lot off of
negotiate for more money versus you're just having a fight against whoever, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's my point. Yeah. That's my point. You're fighting for a belt. You're fighting for something. You're not just putting on a 10-round fight in a club show. You're fighting for, now you're going to be recognized as a world champion or an interim champion. But still, you're a world champion. That means that you can command. That means that before you were one of 10, now you're number one, and there's 10 guys.
Now you pay interim fees. Even when you don't have a belt, you got to pay fees, I believe. I forgot who just dropped that information, man. So that shit is about money, bro. That's why they keep coming up with all them belts, because they found a way to make money without having to truly lift a finger physically and take a single punch.
Chasing you. So, yeah, they're necessary. In my opinion, they're necessary. That the organizations now I'm sure will clamp down on what their requirements are going to be now. Right. And the only ones that suffer is us, because we have one guy that's not being honorable.
I was just going to say that. I'm sure now moving forward, it's going to change the way that things are done in terms of if you say you're going to do something, there has to be, I don't know. I don't know how it works when they get paid, but maybe it's deducted before they're paid. I don't know. I can see something shifting from this point.
Yeah, well, when they fight, let's just say they fight in Vegas, they're going to have a contract to fight each other. If it's going to be sanctioned by a particular organization, I think that we're going to get to the point where they're going to have a contract too, and it has to be just like the manager's part and the trainer's part sometimes are deducted from the purse. I think that that's what's going to have to happen if they have an agreement or not to sanction it. I think that the best thing to do for the WBC now is to if they don't have, or WBA or any of those, if they don't have that, just don't sanction the bout. We the ones that are going to suffer because now we're put in a position where we're not undisputed, let's just say, or we're not fighting for a world title. Fulton just lost the other night and he was overweight, so he couldn't fight for a title. So is Fulton going to make the kind of money he makes? He eventually lost, but is he going to make the kind of money he would eventually make as a champion, as a 10-round fighter? Absolutely not. It doesn't work that way.
And look, Abel does he does make a point, but it's stuff that he leaving out, of course, to make the argument that he's making. To with his stance, he got to, I guess, conveniently leave certain details out, and I get that. But again, the way that you get to these titles, you have to be a certain caliber of fighter. Period. You know what I'm saying? Period. You get me? So, and at the end of the day, the reason that these sanctioning fees are in place, yeah, they maybe some of the money go to helping fighters. I wouldn't say none of it do, but let's not act like these dudes over the years ain't been crooks and found a way to capitalize off the blood, sweat, and tears of the fighters, bro. But the sanctioning fees, you've heard fighters through the years complain about where the money is going. So don't tell me that I got to pay you something. I got to pay you to be a champion after I just went out there and risked my life. Think about that. Risking my life wasn't enough to hold your belt. I should be able to hold your belt because I went out there and risked my life for 12 rounds, right? That's not enough. I got to pay you to hold my... You get what I'm trying to say, y'all? Shit is wild to me. Shit is wild. Shit is really wild to me. And even Andre Ward said something like he can see if they allowed you to opt in, then he will opt in sometimes and be willing to help out the fighters, but you need to see where that money going to. So maybe a non-fighter is take the stance that Abel is taking, but the fighters will see it totally different than this dude.
Last time you and I spoke in Riyadh, it was just rumored to be happening, which was the Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. We talked a bit about that, but I wanted to ask you, like, not just about like your thoughts on the fight of being official, because sometimes we hear rumors, right, and we think we're so close and it doesn't happen. I was hoping that wasn't the case, but here we are. How does each one win, in your opinion?
Great fight, like I told you back then. I think it's reminiscent of I call them the five kings. I know people say the four kings, but I call them the five because I think Benitez belongs in there too. Great fight. Shakur's a great talent, and Teofimo looked great in his last fight. Of course, he didn't have Shakur in front of him, but I think that for Shakur, he has to keep the fight at his distance. If he does that, I think it's a win for him. Teofimo, he's more. He wants to draw you in. He wants to counter punch. He's gonna have to be a different guy this time. He's gonna have to attack. He's gonna have to be leading the fight, or else it's gonna be a boring fight. I don't think it'll be a boring fight, but if he sits back and waits for Shakur, Shakur's going to wait for him. There's not going to be exciting. But I think Teofimo will attack. I think Teofimo has to attack. I think Teofimo has to do what Zepeda did, except for Teofimo's a lot more talented than Zepeda was. So I think that I honestly I see a draw. I don't know why I see a draw, but I just see them both having great rounds and giving us the kind of fight that I think the public is looking for.
I know for a while there we were here.
Draw is crazy, but anything could happen. But I think somebody gonna create enough separation and win that fight, man. And it's good that we got Muay and Andy Cruz January 24th too. So that's like the week before that. We got some good fights in January.
Hearing that Teo might be moving up to 147. There's been, I think it's quite obvious that he struggles to make 140 at this point. As you.
And real quick, man, Sky Nicholson is so basic, bro. I love that pretty green. She got on a nice fit, but she always got a nice fit. But man, she's so
get
basic.
Older, your body's filling out. You get that man body, as they say. So, are you surprised that he's still hanging around at 140? I mean, would you want to see him move up?
No, I think the challenge of the name Shakur is going to make him make the weight just the way he has to. I don't think he'll sacrifice because I think he knows that he's going to have to be in tip-top shape physically and emotionally to be able to beat Shakur. No, I'm happy that he's there because he's fighting a big name. He's getting in there with what the fans are calling for.
Yeah, January.
Shakur gets criticized for not being, quote, exciting. What do you think of that?
I think that Shakur is the kind of fighter that's so good that kind of like Andre Ward was.
I was just going to say Andre, yeah.
He's so good that he doesn't really have to work that hard. A guy like Teofimo is gonna make him work hard. A guy like Teofimo could make Shakur look like $1 million because he's gonna press him. Shakur's gonna have to use his skills, which are immense. And it's gonna make for a great fight. And we're gonna see if at least I will see anyway, if Shakur is the star that I think he is. He just doesn't understand himself.
My goodness, man.
Okay, so right now, you're 50-50. That's it.
I'm a draw right now. Yeah. I can't pick either way because they're both very talented.
Right.
And unless Teofimo does the kind of fight that I think that he has to do, it'll force Shakur to really bring out all his tools.
Right. Okay.
I agree with that assessment. That was a good assessment, man. Not the draw, but I hear you. I hear you, Abel. I hear you. But I don't think Shakur and Teo is going to be no draw. I think it's going to be a damn good fight, but not a draw. I think somebody will create enough separation to tip it in their favor. I got it for Core. Good fight, competitive. He gonna be pushed. He gonna have to utilize his skills. His game plan, be on point, execute at a high level, and just be himself. I think Shakur at his absolute best beats Teo. That's all. So he's staying on code. Right, man. But he went in. He tried to go in a bit on Crawford. But I ain't trying to hear that, man. We rocking with Crawford, man. You know what I mean? We rocking with him, man. But let's keep going, man. Something else I want to bring up real quick that I seen floating around in this space was Keyshawn Davis. That, it was some talk about him. Him getting rid of Bomac, right? And Tim Bradley had made some video or something, I guess, talking about it. Tim Desert Storm. Where is that? Where's that video? I got a Desert Storm, man. They thought he fired. He said people love to speak on. They had no clue, no business to speak on. Said nobody knows the real reason why I said I changed my team. Everybody jumped the bow. Started assuming shit. He said, I told y'all I'm gonna be back better, and I am. Shouldn't that the only thing that really matters? And that's fact. Motown, what it do? That's the only thing that should matter. People did go jumping to Bomac, jumping to conclusions saying he fired Bomac, got rid of him. I never thought that was the case. I didn't think that's what he meant when he said his team. Your team can consist of many different layers, man. And I don't think it's safe to assume something as permanent as a trainer change, right? If you don't know for sure. One of the things that somebody did say, right? This was a response somebody had. So I reached out to Bomac about Keyshawn Davis leaving his camp. His response, my only comment to everyone asking is no comment, to protect the kid and his career. So, yeah, he ain't got no comment, you know what I mean? But I don't think that means he got fired. I think if he wasn't with him, I think he could just simply say that, But I expect to see Bomac and Keyshawn still together. I hope that's the case. I would hope that they ain't split up because they got great chemistry, in my opinion. I don't know how it goes behind the scenes or, whatever. But as far as what I could see, they seem like a really good match, good fit for each other. And I personally would like to see how far Keyshawn could go with Bomac in his corner, man. I think it's a smart move. It's good to have Bo. You know what I mean? Bo might could take him somewhere. You know what I mean? He already got a world title. Right? He did that shit early, 12, 13 fights. So I think they did good. I think the things he went through was probably self-inflicted and probably something that, he needs to change, right? But that's probably why he made some changes, whatever they was. You know what I'm saying? Some speculation about him firing his mom as his manager. I mean, I know he did sign to Jay Prince, so maybe because it be some truth, but we'll know in due time. I ain't gonna panic. Like I said, I think Bomac is a great coach for him. I don't see why he would not want to be with Bomac. You know what I mean? So he still look like he cool with Crawford as well. So I don't see the issue at all. I don't see the issue. But I see the Sky Nicholson fight on, man. She is so basic, y'all. Bro, she don't be trying to do nothing, man. I'm trying to tell you. But it is fight day. I just wanted to pop on, talk to y'all for a bit. We're going to head out early. Well, not early, but, you know, I'm going to let y'all enjoy the rest of this card. We in the, what round is this? 9th round out of 10. This ain't, she's just so basic. She probably won, but she's very, what's her name? Is Bomac under Jay Prince? Nah, Bomac ain't under Jay Prince. Jay Prince is Jay Prince, and Bomac is Bomac. But you know, Jay somebody that got some skin in the game that's in the know. And he had sent the message a while back to saying Keyshawn, he wanted Keyshawn on the team. So they just made it happen. I think that's good structure, stability. Somebody that care and want to put him in a good position, man. So I rock with them signing up to Jay. I just ready to see Keyshawn back in the ring. Him and Keon nice, man. Kelvin as well whenever he get back. But I like the young bro. He got some hands, man. Got some hands. Young bro got some hands. But shout out to everybody in the building, man. I appreciate the support, appreciate the love. Hit the like button for me. Turn your notifications on if they not. You know we're going to keep building on this boxing. We're going to have some more to talk about if I come back tomorrow. Y'all enjoy these fights, man. We got Diego Pacheco on. Should be a good fight. I like Pacheco, man. But yeah, Jay powerful, man. He got, you know, got respect in the game, I would think. So just it's about getting with somebody that can slow you down sometimes and point you and lead you in the right direction, help guide you, should I say, you know? So I just want to see Keyshawn in the position where he winning. You know, I know he can't wait to get back in there and start proving it again, man, because it's easy for people to forget about you once you mess up, you know? Fire Toma versus Franklin, Matias versus Smith, Serrano versus Cruz, Caballero versus Nipa, Mortai Cruz, Mortazalev Kelly, Zayas versus Baru, and Stevenson versus Lopez. That's shout out to Damon. That's real. Yeah, that's that good boxing. That's why I say, man, more of the story. Let's build boxing up. Let's not tear it down. Let's stop spreading false narratives. Let's stop being super fans of fighters. Let's stop trying to make one fighter more important than the whole entire sport. Let's push the sport before any one individual fighter, and I think we all could win. You know what I mean? So with that, man, y'all enjoy this fight card. Enjoy this good Saturday, man. I appreciate all the love, man. I will see all of y'all tomorrow. Let's keep building. Hopefully it's a good card, and we come back to build on this sport some more, man. Y'all already know. Yeah, we got a fire January. So, man, shout out to everybody. Is that Trinell? Shout out to you, fam. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn y'all notifications on so y'all be notified when we go live. Y'all already know. So with that, man, much love to the family. Peace.
Representing Brick City, Shakur! Finding those levels, too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting them with straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
From Patterson, New Jersey, please welcome the sweet Terminator,
Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk.
It's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Just Due.